Am I muted? Mother... Son of a... Wow. All right, we're off to a great start. Hit stream with the wrong stream key, so it didn't actually start. And started off completely muted. Oh, why was that even hit? Why was my deck mic muted? Anyway, how's everybody's Saturday going? Jesus. Great start. Hope that's not indicative of the rest of the stream. Oh, let's see. We're getting another live action Green Lantern project. Does anyone remember the movie? Oh, I remember very vividly. I have a very, like, core memory associated with that movie. Because for like half an hour, the plane crash sequence played on a loop. It was like a 15-second loop that just kept repeating over and over and over and over until they finally fixed the... Not even fixed. They had to fast forward the movie past that part because the copy the theater got was busted. So there was like a whole small scene that I missed when I watched it in theaters because the only way to get the movie to continue playing past that point was to skip ahead. But yeah, like the whole audience was like chanting along with the dialogue until it got old, and then everybody was very frustrated, understandably. Like it was cute, it was funny in the first couple of minutes, but like by like minute 10, the kind of novelty of the repeating loop is it was weighing on us. Thoughts on this season? Thoughts on how this season of Vox Machina is going to end? I have no idea. I mean, we still have so many vestiges out there, and I'm assuming that this season is still only 12 episodes. I don't know if it's longer than the previous season, but I'm expecting it to just be another 12. So like, I'm assuming next week is the finale, and we still have a lot to do. My guess is this season will probably only end with them taking out Umbrasyl, maybe, is my guess. But I don't know. 4 more days till season 9 of The Flash. Is it that soon? I still thought it was a week away. Damn it. Oh my lord. Speaking of The Flash, fun little surprise in episode 8 of Vox Machina. I'll let those who haven't watched it figure that out for themselves because it was a lot of fun. Just coming early to leave a comment and say hi. Probably because you know that it'll take me a while to get to it. Oh no, you were really early. This was like half an hour early. Holy crap. Way to set me back right out of the gate. But no. I'm glad you finally have a full day off. I hope you can hang out, have a good time, drink some, whatever you've got available, and just unwind for a little bit. I have the World of Critical Role history behind the epic fantasy. It was $35. I got it for $7. It was a way better deal. I just got, I think I have that one as well, but I just got this. It was lost in the mail until I complained to the shipper, and they actually managed to find it and get it to the right address. I was stressing because this thing was like 50 bucks. What's up, D. Cole? Oh, I love your little icon. Are you ready for season 3 of The Mandalorian? Also seen Black Panther 2. It was cool and a little bit sad overall. It was a 9 out of 10. I'm glad you liked it. I'm really excited for The Mandalorian. I'm really excited to get into the thick of the Mandalorian culture and what their kind of what their future is going to be. Like them reclaiming what's theirs, what they're going to do, what they're going to expand, and the shenanigans they're going to get into. What's up, Sean? Oh, it's Donick. Well, what's up? You got a new name and icon, man. What's up, Daniel? It's been a while since a stream. We started streaming 2 weeks ago, but yeah, we had been on hiatus for like 3 months because of my internet quality. But we've been pretty stable these last couple of times, so we should be back on the go. Moon Girl's getting her own show. I have no idea who that is. Is that the one with the dinosaur, that animated cartoon that's coming out? Happy New Year's to everyone. Happy live stream in January and February and all of the Waries. Same right back at you. And there's everybody. I'm just going to skip all the comments of them be like, oh, we can't hear you because you're an idiot. What's up, Thor? Which of Stephen King's horror series have you watched and which ones would you recommend? Oh, shit. Langoliers, Pet Sematary 2, The Shining, It, both renditions, Cujo, Green Mile, but that's not a horror series, but it is a Stephen King's book. I feel like there's others, but it's a Firestarter, both iterations. And I know there's probably more, but if I had to recommend any of them, The Shining. Oh, and Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep is really good. Great sequel. What's up, Helga? Good morning or evening. Had a nice Saturday today. It was my parents' anniversary of being married. Well, congrats to them. Are you excited for Superman and Lois Season 3? I'm looking forward to it. I don't think my excitement for the show is as high as it used to be. But, because now I'm just kind of preparing for its final season, and again, I really got kicked in the nuts when they turned their back on the greater universe. Bruh, it's 4 p.m. You don't gotta start drinking yet. I don't know what you're talking about. It's 4 p.m. It's the weekend. You drink anytime. Anytime. I think this new DCU will be disappointing. I don't think so. I am going to be positively optimistic about this. Or what's the word I want to say? Guardedly optimistic about it. Everything so far, I'm open to. I'm down for it. It's definitely going to be different. But it's definitely also going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Mature in a lot of ways. There's going to be a lot of fun, varying tones, which is exciting for me. But yeah, there were some interesting choices that came out of that. What's up, Sabersmith? Good afternoon to you. When I was watching Black Panther 1, the movie, I just stopped right after the intro for 20 minutes. Okay, fair enough. What's up, Sketch? I was wondering what animes you've seen other than Naruto and Bleach. I saw this on Twitter. I saw this like check card going around of all the anime you've seen, and I just posted that. So if you're not following me on Twitter or Instagram, I would appreciate if you did. Also TikTok. Got some popping little edits over there. Some dumb shit too. But yeah, just right off the top of my head, because there's a lot. There's even some that are on that list that I haven't seen, but there's also a shit ton that's on that list that I haven't seen. But like Yu Yu Hakusho, I mean, just looking at stuff I've got collectibles for, we got Digimon, Pokemon, Rurouni Kenshin, Inuyasha, Bleach, Dragon Ball, every iteration. I've seen all of the Dragon Balls, including the movies. Yu-Gi-Oh! Code Geass, Parasite, Death Note, Attack on Titan, Gundam Wing, Gundam, what was it? The one after that. G Gundam. This is the point where I'm like, okay, what have I seen? God, there's more than that. Sailor Moon, I've seen all of the original run of Sailor Moon. Speed Racer, technically anime, which is something I didn't know growing up. Damn, I don't know. I know there's more, but I'm blanking. Fully Cooley, that's another one. Hold on. I know there's some that I'm forgetting that was actually on that sheet. Full Metal Alchemist, both iterations. See, I don't know why I forgot that one. That's a big one. One Punch Man. Soul Eater. Mob Psycho, season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet, or any of the seasons after that. Case Closed. Yeah, there's a few. There's probably still some more I haven't thought of, but those are the big ones. Only 4 days until The Flash. I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm not either, man. I mean, if you've watched the Critical Role actually play, you probably know what's going to happen. Remember, Blank died, and I was immediately brought back, and anxiety they gave me. I don't watch Critical Role's campaign stuff because of the show. I had originally watched Campaign 3 until people told me in the Vox Machina comments not to watch it if I don't want spoilers for Vox Machina. Because I never went back and watched any of their old stuff. I just I've only came in on their newer stuff. And now that the Mighty Not, and then after I heard that, I was like, okay, well, I want to keep watching them. So I went back to watch their Campaign 2 stuff. And then people were like, well, there's also, it's less spoilery. And then, but then they announced the show, and now I'm like, well, fuck. I can't watch any of your stuff. So I always try to tune in at least for their one-shots, because I know that's not going to matter. But I love watching all of their stuff when I can and what I can. But anymore, now that they're making shows, I try not to, I just don't watch their campaigns because I know it's going to get adapted. So the workaround that I've done for myself so that I can still get some kind of fix for Critical Role is I've been watching the old stuff for Vox Machina, because the show starts, what, like 30-some sessions into their first campaign, is what I've heard. So I've just been watching the old stuff that fills in their adventures before the show starts. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I don't know anything that's coming in this. What's up, Ragu? That 90s show got renewed. It did indeed. And it's 16 episodes this time, not just 10. We are winning. They are taking that feedback to heart. Or that was just the plan. Even though a lot of people aren't watching, I'm going to really miss the Arrowverse shows. I don't know how I'm going to take this. I can tell you I am probably going to be a mess. Especially once Big Papa Daddy Canada shows up. When you see this comment in like 45 minutes, alcohol is going to be had for sure. I don't know. I think I'm doing a good time right now. I heard Mangold is in talks to direct Swamp Thing. I'm super excited for this, dude. He put out a tweet that definitely implied his interest. Now I don't know. No one's confirmed that talks are actually happening, but he has posited interest in the film, which would be awesome. He would be great for that. Another person that that has had interest in it before is Guillermo del Toro, and either would be great. Either would be super fitting for Swamp Thing. We went into this in a lot of detail last night. I was on Endless Multiverse over on Chainsaw React's channel with him and Andy, and Canada Graphs even popped in to talk about some stuff. It was a lot of fun. We really went through the entire slate one by one talking about it. If you haven't watched that stream, go check it out. Definitely recommend. Also, this is Caleb. Oh, hello, Caleb. What's up, Michaela? How are you doing? Happy Saturday. Bidet. Bidet, everyone. Since that 90s show got renewed, what would you love to see next season? Honestly, I would be pretty interested. I think I kind of said this at one point, I think in the reactions, maybe in the final review on the last episode, but I would love to see maybe some more 90s like cameos, like people who were prominent in the 90s, maybe make some little guest appearances here and there. Aside from that, I don't know, man. I don't really know. I just want them to tell the stories, because it's hard to predict like with a sitcom like that, because like the situations they get themselves into, it's just so random. But I would love to see like more stuff like that, maybe some more references to the pop culture at the time, because they were very light on it. And even that 70s show wasn't like bogged down with the 70s. It was just about the characters, and it just took place in the 70s. It's not like they were beating, other than their attire and the technology that they had, the show never really beat you over the head with when it was. But I don't know. That's some things I would kind of be curious to see, and maybe some more Eric if they can film when he's got more free time. Let's see. I've been animating Legends of Tomorrow all day. Keep at it, man. The Mist was good. I don't think I know how The Mist ends, but I've never actually watched it. I always get it and The Fog confused until I start to think about it. But I haven't seen it. I heard it's good. And thank you for that super chat, Sheena. Thank you so much. Gotcha, Joink. Gotcha. Relaxing time. Let's begin. But thank you. You didn't have to do that. All things considered, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Did you ever watch On My Block? I think you would enjoy it. I've not heard of that. I'm not sure what that is. That's the first I've heard of it. What's up, Omni? What's up, Juan? Love you, man. Keep up the great content. Thank you. I'm doing my best. I just finished watching The Flash from season 1 to season 8. Damn, that's quite the rewatch. Good job on you. You'll probably catch up on some details I'll probably miss then. Don't ever stop grinding. I'm doing my best. Am I gonna see Ant-Man? Of course. Of course. Day -1, because I'll be seeing it the premiere day. Not premiere day. The pre-showings, like the Thursday showings. That's always what I try to do with the big old Marvel stuff. Anywho, I hope we see Michael Keaton after The Flash. Ezra Miller may return after he creates the new DCU, so maybe Keaton will be as well. Well, he won't be Batman. He won't be the DCU's Batman. That's confirmed, at least. They're shopping for a brand new Bat for the new universe. So I would probably start preparing yourself mentally to not see Michael Keaton as Batman again after The Flash. I'll keep an open mind for the DC universe. That's the best thing to do, man. We don't know until we've seen it. What do you think will happen in Stranger Things Season 5? What are your thoughts about the show? The show is amazing. While it did wonders for the channel reacting to it all for the first time last year, part of me is like, man, I really missed the wave, like the zeitgeist of it all. But I came in right at season 4, but obviously they've already announced that the next season's the last, so I did kind of come in at the end. So I don't regret that at all, but like, it's one of those shows where like everybody was talking about it, and I was like, just like, man, maybe sometime, and I was just like, I don't know, like sometimes like hearing about a show so much, it just gets mentally exhausting, and then I just don't want to watch it. That's happened with Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead. There's been a lot of shows for me that have had that same thing happen, but then it took me seasons later to actually give it a chance on my own. And yeah, I was never remiss for that after the fact. Except once we got to the final season of Game of Thrones, at least. But yeah, I love it. I'm super excited for what they're going to do with it. I mean, I think Max is going to be alive in the end, but I think there's going to be consequences to what happened. But I think she's going to be a key element in bringing Vecna down from within. And that other side from outside is probably going to be Eleven and Will. And I think Mike will die. My bet is that Mike will die. I'm so tired of people crying over the new DC slate. It's exhausting. Let James Gunn cook before making all the assumptions. Exactly. What's up, Big D? Hello. Always love your video reactions. Well, thank you. Do you reaction Swamp Thing? I have a review for Swamp Thing. I didn't do reactions whenever Swamp Thing was out. I have watched all of the Swamp Thing show. And I've seen all of the, I've seen the Swamp Thing cartoon. I've seen the old Swamp Thing movies. I love Swamp Thing. I can't wait for the new movie. Apparently there is a Wong series coming called Strange Academy. Not surprised. Is that confirmed? I've heard that as a rumor. Superman Legacy sounds interesting. However, hope to God that James doesn't nerf him because he mentioned the old DCAU of the 90s in Superman the Animated Series. I hope, I'm right there with you. I hope that is not the case as well. But I think he's just talking about his characterization, like his personality, his morals, his values, because that's what's most important to James. The world needs more Marvel Wong entertainment. If they do give Wong a series, I better see Madison. Yes, she was a surprise hit at the MCU shows. Yes, she was. She was the best thing in She-Hulk. I don't know if I'll go that far. Daredevil was the best thing in She-Hulk. But Madison was a damn surprise. To me, the announcement James made was very overwhelming to me. And I'm a tiny worry about it. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. Since when was Superman nerfed in Superman the Animated Series and Justice League cartoons? The dude went toe-to-toe with Darkseid, no cap. They definitely toned him down in the Superman the Animated Series. They later explained that in Justice League when he whooped up on Darkseid. You know, the whole mental limiter thing. Like, that whole speech he gives before just beating the unholy crap out of Darkseid in that episode, that scene is just so iconic. But the perception is always like that he's getting his butt whooped a lot, or some of these encounters are kind of a struggle for him, but that's because he's always holding back, man. He's always holding back until somebody comes around that can take his punches. That World of Paper line, ooh, cautiously optimistic. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. That's what I'm at. That's how I feel as well. Did I watch You on Netflix? This new season comes out on the 9th. I've not seen this show at all. Maybe it'll be one of those ones I'll watch eventually. Did you see the announcement that we're going to get a Constantine 2? Yeah, we got an announcement for that a couple months ago, actually. Let's see. Again, I'm still upset that we're not giving or putting more respect on Matt Ryan as Constantine. Listen, the first Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves, it's not terrible. I think it has a little bit of a bad rap. It's gotten some love in later years, mostly within the rise and return of Keanu Reeves. But like, I'm honestly kind of shocked that they decided to go back to that and dive back into his world. But he's a hot name right now, so at the same time, I kind of get it. But I just wish we would get a movie with Matt Ryan. That's all I want. I wish Vox Machina would stop getting evil weapons as upgrades. We can't enjoy them if they keep getting rid of them. It only happened once, right? It's only happened once with Craven Edge. I mean, Percy's gun, the list, that was just his starting item. It was but that was story related. That was a choice by Grog though. But I mean, it just happens, man. It's what happens when you're playing a campaign. When you're actually playing the game, you get this item. It is beneficial in the moment, but when the repercussions start to kind of show themselves, sometimes you gotta get rid of it. You know, it's great for a little while. You take advantage of it while you have it, while it's not being a detriment to your game. But eventually, you gotta get rid of it. Am I gonna play Hogwarts Legacy? I don't really have any intention to, personally. I've just not been excited for it at all. Like, as much as I love the series, one, it's just garnered with the controversy surrounding it, and then two, it just looks so bland to me, and I don't know why. I know a lot of people is like, "Oh, dude, this looks so amazing," and I've just been a naysayer since the first trailer. It's like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't get me excited. But I don't know. I haven't actually seen anybody play it as of late, so who knows? Maybe the trailers just misrepresented it. I don't know. I've got too many games as it is that I have not been able to finish, so I don't think picking up another one would even be smart right now. I still need to finish. I still got hours left on God of War Ragnarok. I've got Dead Space Remake that I just got. I still got Pokemon Scarlet, which I haven't even turned on yet. What was the other thing I got? Also been wanting to I got Crisis Core, the remake, I need to play through. I've got the Last of Us remake I want to play through. RE4 is coming out, and that's a big one. I'm gonna have to make time for that. Resident Evil and Kingdom Hearts. I always make the time. So I expect some content for that. I might not be able to stream it, but I will at least try to pre-record it if I can't stream it. But Hogwarts Legacy, I don't know. It just, the whole creative character RP thing, it doesn't usually win me over. Seems like a lot of fluff too, but I don't know. I could be wrong, but it might be one of those things I check out way later down the line. You should watch all of Austin Powers movies. Ah, dude, I've seen them all. Dude, I grew up with that. So like those, I had them on VHS. I burned those VHSs out. I know them word for word. Sips T, you're finally caught up on Umbrella Academy. I will be next week. I haven't watched the finale yet. I'm shocked at how fast you got to my comment. Heh. I love being a surprise. When the Arrowverse is gone, I might turn to Paul Dano's Riddler. Or you might turn into Paul Dano's Riddler. Oh God. Do you think James Gunn will direct Superman Legacy? Maybe. I think the chances are high. The executives seem to want him to. But it all comes down to, is he going to be free enough to direct a film with everything else he's got to manage? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think he'd be great for it. I really want to see that 80s show cameos as well as that 90s show cameos. Dude, I want them to keep anything from that 80s show, like, miles away from that 90s show. So now, is that 90s show worth watching? I'll watch that 70s show, but I'm always worried when a studio revisits an old franchise. I think they continued it beautifully. It's going to take you a little getting used to not having the focus on the original gang, but the kids themselves. Again, I've said this in my reactions, which I'm assuming you probably haven't seen if you haven't watched the show. I would hope so, because I wouldn't want to spoil it for you if that was the case. But like, unlike with the show, where they get live feedback because the episodes air on broadcast, they can get reactions from the audience. Their seasons are usually like 20-some episodes long. They can get feedback from the audience before they record the next episode and workshop it as they go. And they also have more time to build chemistry with the cast. Like the first season of that 70s show, especially within the first couple of episodes, even the first bulk of the season is very rocky. And that 90s show, surprisingly enough, it found its stride, I would say, by episode 3 or 4 for the kids, because it's their first time working together. They got to build that chemistry, and I think they really kind of get it from that point. And with that lack of live feedback, I thought they did really well with this small 10-episode bite-size morsel that they gave us. I think they did really well. The surprises from old-time cast members was so much fun. Red and Kitty have not missed a beat. Leia, I forget the actor who plays Leia, their daughter in this, Eric and Donna's daughter. She's great. Like, she very much so encompasses the two of them so well. Like, both sides. And I don't know, I found it hauntingly enjoyable. I really did love it. Is it perfect? No, but neither was the original show. Is it cringy? Yes, but so was the original show. A lot of the negative comments that I saw that were mostly just comparing it to the original, and a lot of rose-tinted glasses when doing so. But yeah, I think if you're a fan of that 70s show, it feels just like it. It's just new people. It's the same writers. It's the same showrunners that were heading the season, the show. So if you're a fan of it, as long as you go in with an open mind and realize these aren't Eric, Donna, Kelso, Jackie, Fez, Hyde, whatever, I think you'll enjoy yourself. I just started watching your Umbrella Academy Season 3 reactions. I put them off because I hate what they've done with Allison this season. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. It reminds me of Season 4 of Angel when they ruined Cordelia. They ruined... I was never an Angel fan. I watched a few episodes of Angel and I was just like, I just can't. I watched every episode of Buffy just fine, but for some reason, Angel, I just couldn't get into any of it. So that's sad. I forget what actually happened with Cordelia in the end, now that I'm thinking about it. Have you heard the theory that Hyde is Gwen's dad? I actually said that. I said that. That was my theory. Well, I don't know. I kept out of the online conversation around the show, but that is something I said in my review for the final episode. He is canonically biracial, and she definitely has his vibes. What do you think? And that would be their way to have Hyde exist in the show and have some lineage. And it wouldn't mean his character's not in jail. He's working, so it's not like a bad parallel of what's happening in real life. And yes, he is canonically biracial. He's got an African-American father, and he just, for some reason, turned out white as shit. So, like, it could work, because it would be hilarious if maybe it skipped a generation, and Gwen, being his daughter, kind of shows a little bit more of her grandfather's attributes. It would be a great way, because, again, because she does really feel like an analog for Hyde, but in some different ways. I really want that to be the case, and I hope it ends up being. I won't be upset if it doesn't, but for the show to have zero Hyde is something I feel like needed to be addressed. But it's hard to do that given the real world situation that's going on, I guess. But I was at least expecting some mention of Hyde. So if that turns out to be the case, that would be funny. That would be nice. And she sees her dad, as we learned. She sees him. So on occasion, that means he does come through Point Place. So that would be fun. I'd be totally down with that. I grew up in the 90s. I would love to see more 90s references in the second season. It would be awesome if we see the kids playing Super Nintendo in the basement or talking about Donkey Kong. Well, they did have a whole circle talking about Donkey Kong in one of their blazing sessions. But yeah, it would be cool to see, like I said, some references in the 90s. Am I gonna watch Bumblebee yet? I mean, am I gonna watch it yet? I'm gonna watch it eventually. I just don't know when yet, but I will watch it eventually. What's up, pack of weevils? Wait. Is that like the Pokemon? Wait, is there a Pokemon Weevil? What am I thinking? Or am I thinking Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm getting confused. Anyway, what's up? On My Block is fantastic indeed. What is it? What is it? What is it? Have I seen The Gifted yet? No. When it comes to the Marvel stuff, I've not seen anything that is not official Marvel, like Marvel Studios. Other than the Netflix stuff. So the Netflix Marvel shows and the MCU shows are the only Marvel TV content I have consumed. I've not seen Legacy, or what is it? No, I've not seen Legion. I've not seen Gifted. I've only seen 2 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but by this point, I've forgotten next to everything about it. I've not seen Hitmonkey. I haven't seen Cloak and Dagger. I haven't seen Inhumans. I haven't seen, like I said, if it doesn't have the Marvel Studios logo on it and it wasn't a Netflix show, chances are I have not seen it. Have I seen Knock at the Cabin? No, I haven't been to the theater at all this year yet. So, I don't know. I haven't had time or the willpower to get out after all the work I'm doing most of the day. A second The Gifted. All right, maybe. The longest Scream movie duration, Scream 6, will be 2 hours and 3 minutes. Is that the longest one? I'm looking forward to Scream 6. What's up, Darren? How are you doing, man? On My Block is about a group of kids in East LA who live in a violent neighborhood with gang activity. They go on a treasure hunt to find buried stolen money from the violent gang. That sounds like an edgier Goonies in a way. That sounds interesting. I would have loved an older Keaton to teach Terry McGinnis in a Batman Beyond. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm one of the few people that just does not like Batman Beyond at all. Like, it's okay. I would never sit down and choose to watch it if I had my way. I don't necessarily like Terry as a character either. Ugh. So don't hate me. Don't unsubscribe. I think the original plan, though, was going to be for Michael Keaton to mentor Batgirl, but I think that all backfired. I'm trying to keep my mind clear for another new Batman. Same. Have you seen the Nerdist breakdown of season 2 of Vox Machina? I like the humor of their show. I have not. I've not watched Nerdist in some time, but I might have to look into that. Whatever Keaton will be. He could be older Bruce doing whatever, maybe trying to get back to his world after he may get stuck in the new DCU. I have no interest in the new Batman. That's you, man. You've got an obsession with Michael Keaton, understandably so. He's a lot of people's favorite Batmans to this day. Even if he was my first live action Batman, I don't share that love. I just don't. I never watched Game of Thrones because hundreds of people rammed it down my throat for years. I have to come to a show. Like, if you beat me over the head with it, I'll be resistant to it. You know, I feel like a lot of people are that way. You know, and you also don't want to be the one to go with the crowd. Every now and then there might be something that catches your interest right off the bat that also hits the zeitgeist, like for me, like Squid Game and Arcane. Those were both out of curiosity. I was also a League of Legends player back in the day, so the Arcane was kind of a little different story. But then you have stuff like, you know, like Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad. Those are all shows that took me a while to get into because nobody would shut up about it, and I was just getting so sick of hearing about it. Why would I want to watch it? I can't escape it. That was how I felt at the time. I've told this story before, but it's probably been a while. The only reason I started Game of Thrones to begin with, I think season 3 had just finished airing and season 4 was coming out. The only reason I started it was because South Park was going to be doing a 3-episode special spoofing Game of Thrones. So I was like, well, fuck, I'm not going to understand any of these references. So I sat down and I binged all of Game of Thrones that was out that weekend, just so I could understand the jokes. But ironically enough, became obsessed with Game of Thrones in the end. Yeah, kill Mike in Stranger Things. Maybe he'll actually do something. Well, I just feel like it makes the most sense. There's two things. One is extremely problematic. You kill Will. Which, that's not a smart move. But you can't leave this love triangle unresolved. But you can fix that love triangle by taking one of the points off. And who's the one everybody loves in this little, like, triangle of obsession? We've got 11 who loves Mike. We've got Will who loves Mike. How do you fix this problem without burying your gay, which is a trope that we just need to get rid of? You got to kill Mike. One of two things. You kill Mike or you kill 11. I would be sad if they kill 11. I'll be honest, I would probably not be that side if they kill Mike. I just want Will Byers to find love and be happy, whether it's with Mike or another boy. Yes. Dear God, please stop torturing this child. Damn it. Dude, Will his entire, everything that's happened to him is just always makes me so fucking sad. I want him to be happy, and that's another reason I don't want them to kill Will. Not only because I don't want them to kind of give into that trope, because I do feel like the show is above that. But like, give him a fucking happy ending. Even if you don't kill Mike, acknowledge that maybe that's his first taste with love. You know, it's always going to be somebody close to you at first until you learn that there's a world out there beyond your friends. Like, have him meet somebody maybe like Mike, and then, you know, let him go. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of ways you can do that, but I want a fucking happy ending for Will, damn it. Will and Eleven deserve happy endings. When you first saw the news of Matt coming back as Eobard Thawne, what was your reaction? Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! The good Thawne! Because, again, this is no shade on Tom Cavanaugh, because I have loved him as Reverse Flash for so long. But over time, it's just become so cartoonish. And it's not even his real face. It doesn't make sense in the story. It makes sense in the show, like behind the scenes, why it's Tom Cavanaugh, because he's already, back then, up until he's no longer a regular, he was already on the payroll. So why pay another actor to play somebody played by this role who can just do it right there? I get that. It's just the story makes no sense. It makes no sense for him to still look like Harrison Wells. And I just want Matt Letcher to be Eobard Thawne. Some bitch. Hello, Omni Media. I found you on J2O/Game Array Reactions. Well, hell yeah. Followed your journey through Stranger Things, which was chef's kiss. Well, thank you. I guess I shouldn't have been, but I was shocked how much that show really touched and tickled all of the things I love about the medium. Just the nostalgia, the reverence for genre, the reverence for entertainment, the dips, the peaks, the valleys, the emotions, the roller coasters that it takes you on. It's so much fun. It is, as a show, I think, like a theme park ride as a show. It's just so much fun, and I got into it so hard. I hope we get Cobalt Blue in this final graphic novel, The Flash. I think that is all but guaranteed so far. I heard that there will be a three Five Nights at Freddy's movies. Well, I think that rumor came from, I think Matthew Lillard has signed on to voice a character in 3 films for Blumhouse related to Five Nights at Freddy's. Whether or not they make 3 movies, that's still up for debate. It depends on how things do, obviously, but he's at least, I think the rumor that I saw, or the article I saw, was saying that he's signed on for 3. So who knows? We'll see. I've still never played a Five Nights at Freddy's game. I also actually like the red death suit for the Flash. I do like it. It just looks a little awkward at certain angles on, I don't want to say, because just in case somebody knows, on the actor who is playing Red Death's frame. That makes sense. Kind of in the way that while I love the suit, the Batwing suit on Luke sometimes looked a little awkward, if that makes sense. Like a little bigger than the person that should be wearing it. Thank you, Christopher, for the super chat. Hope you're having a good day. Are you intrigued for Chucky Season 3? Dude, yes. Again, thank you so much for the super chat, Chris. Yeah, I love that show. Is it hokey? Is it silly? Yes. But I love it. I love Chucky. I think he's such an underrated horror icon. And I love what Don Mancini is doing with this show. While season 2 I don't think was as strong as season 1, I still really, really enjoyed it. It felt a little more like Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, that whole vibe. Obviously, it was diving in and continuing and giving closure to a lot of things that were left open in that part of the series. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with this, because he did say it was going to be dipping back into the horror element even harder, so I'm excited. I really can't wait. The Chucky series has been such a pleasant surprise. Now I just gotta find where I left off. Here we are. I want more Avengers cartoons like Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Never watched any of those. Also, the only Marvel animated shows that I've watched that are not What If are the X-Men 90s cartoon and the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. What's up, Stixie? Sorry I'm late. Could Secret Wars be one of the biggest movies of all time? Oh, for sure. For sure. Definitely has that opportunity. At Toys R Us today, there was a water pipe on the ceiling at the baby section broke, so they had to all go home. That was my Saturday. Oh, God. That sucks. Speaking of nerfed characters in the 90s, remember Hercules, The Legendary Journeys with Kevin Sorbo? They nerfed him so much in the show. Never saw him do anything Herculean. I mean, that was probably budgetary reasons, but I never watched that show growing up. I did watch Xena, but a little bit, but I didn't watch Hercules ever. 4 days till the Flash Season 9 premiere. Yes, indeed. Who would win? Shuri, Black Panther, or Spider-Man? Spider-Man. My money would be on Spider-Man. What's up, Savage? Welcome back. Any thoughts on Star Wars Visions announcements? Lots of cool new studios announced for Season 2. I'm not familiar with any of these studios' work, but I'm excited. I loved Visions. I really loved what they did with that, and I'm excited to see just new art styles, new studios getting their hands on this Star Wars world and just doing whatever the fuck they want. Can't wait. I'm excited for Kraven or Madam Web. Oh, for which one more? Between the two, I would have to say I'm more excited for Kraven than I am Madam Web. Because it's a no-brainer. Constantine 2 is a movie they can make on a cheap budget for relatively good profit. No expectations for a third movie, and it's got Keanu Reeves. Box office hit for sure. Pretty much. It's a little old, but would love to have you watch Wilfred. It's a great mind-bending show if you like animals. Isn't that the one with, I haven't watched it. I've seen like a clip or two from it. That's the show with Elijah Wood, right? Where he's talking to his dog, which is like just a dude in a dog suit, right? He's the son of Zeus, king of gods. He has super strength, plus he trains with the academy all his life. So he should be beyond his capabilities, throwing fools like feathers. Currently playing Dead Space Remake. It's great. RE4 coming out soon. Whew, I can't wait for RE4, man. I played a little bit of the Dead Space Remake right now, just because I wanted to see if it ran okay on my PC, and yeah, it's running pretty smooth. I played the first one so much. I 100%ed the game like in 2 days after when I got it in college. I didn't get anything done. I'm pretty sure I called off. I skipped classes in most of that week just because I was up all night playing Dead Space. Would an obedience disc from Thor Ragnarok work on Superman? Probably not. It would need to be magic to work on Superman, which I do not believe that it was. As to Cross, got to go and play Hogwarts Legacy. He's excited from what he played. I don't know who that is. What's your thoughts about the stuff that James announced that were unfamiliar to you? Were you told about them, who they are? The Creature Commandos, I've kind of like done a little digging on it. Not much. I was kind of surprised about some of those that we were going so off the wall in the first chapter. Like, especially with Creature Commandos, but it's animated. It's coming out before Superman. It's not really the main start. It's just kind of setting the frame a little bit, a little taste. But I'm curious, man. I'm really interested in seeing what they do with it. The Authority, I think, was the big surprise. Midnighter is the only one I've heard of from that group. I'm not familiar with a lot of the Wildstorm characters, but Midnighter was really cool. Bringing that group to the forefront this early is also surprising when we don't have a formed Justice League. So it makes me wonder if there'll be like the prominent superhero team, and their methods are not all that just or humane. So it'll be interesting to see how they butt heads about with the forming Justice League. I'm kind of excited with what all they talked about and what dynamics that can kind of create. Hope you're doing good, bro. 3 weeks in a row. Seems like we're in the clear. I think so. I still don't trust it to play games while streaming, but so far, just talking with you guys seems to be holding steady. I like it. Like I've been telling people that the Flash will be just sparking the new DCU. He will be creating it parallel to the old DCU. It's a multiverse. He won't be erasing or replacing the DCU with DC. Yes, he is. That is confirmed what is happening, Daniel. He is erasing the DCEU. Not completely. He is soft resetting it. What was will be gone. But some things, some pieces might carry forward because the changes weren't drastic enough to affect certain characters' individual stories. Other characters are deleted wholesale. So, I mean, that's what James has said. Like, it is a reset of the DCEU into the DCU, because he specifically mentions characters that will go from one into the new. That doesn't mean we're making a copy of that character. That character continues into the new timeline. So the old timeline will be gone. Favorite character from that 70s show and that 90s show? That 70s show, Eric. Like, Eric all day. One, because he's just kind of like the analog for me. In that 90s show, that's tough. I mean, to be fair, can I just say Red? I think Red's my favorite character, like, if I have to say, but if I'm locked into the new cast, probably... Oh man, that's tough. I don't know. If I had to pick just from the new cast, probably Sherry. Gwen and Nate's mom. Did I watch Sweet Tooth? I watched the first episode and I was just like, it was cool, it was sweet, it was wholesome, but I wasn't hooked when I watched it. I watched it before it aired too, so I got it like I watched it with the live premiere or whatever, and yeah, I just didn't get into it, man. So I never actually watched the rest of it. I've only seen the first episode. I wonder who wouldn't be in Secret Wars rather than who would be. That's also fair. Here's a big hint that the ECU won't be gone, is because why would they be making plans for Henry Cavill come back as Superman in a Kingdom Come movie? Well, there weren't. That's never been a thing. The DCU is gone, so is Cavill. Well, they literally said they've not hired Cavill. So I don't know where you're getting your information, but that all sounds like random, hokey, like shit. We got this covered type of news. There has never been a Kingdom Come Superman movie in the works, and Cavill's not back. They pretty much said he's done. Cavill himself has said he's done. He's hung up the cape. He said that on his own Instagram. Doesn't mean he could change his mind, but there aren't any active plans to use him. They're casting a new Superman. So I don't know what to tell you, man. DC or Marvel? Oh, DC. DC. All day, every day. I feel like DC has better animated stuff and games, but Marvel has better movies. Can't pick. I love both. I love DC more than I will ever love Marvel. I love the MCU. Spider-Man is my second favorite superhero of all time. But the world of DC, I just find infinitely more interesting. However, being a fan of DC is a little rough because it hasn't really gotten a fair shake at the market that the MCU has been able to tap so eloquently. So it's always been a bit of a struggle because when it comes to films, it's always been a little hit or miss. So, but on the animated side, on the video game side, on the comic side, we've been eating pretty fucking good. It's just large, sweeping, general audience stuff we've not been winning too hard at. Things that happened to Allison was kind of stomach turning. So I don't know how to feel about it. Well, I mean, it's completely irrational, every train of thought she's had, which I get. When you grieve, you don't handle things rationally, but this goes beyond a point where you're actively hurting people around you, which I do not condone. Your own pain does not give you an excuse to take that out on the people around you. No matter what she says, I will stand by it's not Victor's fault. I'll even go as far as to say it's not Harlan's fault that any of this happened. So it is what it is, and she's just losing her mind. She's the reason Luther's dead right now, to be fair. So yeah, she's got a big old middle finger from me right now until she gets a wake-up call or something. I don't know. I was so on her side for like 3 seasons too. Thoughts on a character dying early in Stranger Things season? Like Jonathan's death could give Will more motivation, but if they kill Will at the end too, then that might take too much from Joyce. Yeah, I don't know. Jonathan's been a little stagnant. They also haven't resolved the whole him and Nancy stuff that was going on at the start of season 4. They just kind of avoided that question, so that's got to come back up, and I don't know how they'll do that. We'll see. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts or theories on that. 2 weeks from Quantumania. Is it that soon? Man, time's flying, dude. Will Ant-Man beat Kang? He might beat this Kang, or maybe kill him. He might die alongside this Kang. The thing we've been promised, or at least the thing that has been floated around, is there are going to be a slew of Kangs. Like, we're not going to see only one Kang on this journey, but many iterations of this character. What are you most interested in about James Gunn's slots? Mine's the Lantern series. Most interested? Brave and the Bold. Because I really want to see who the new Batman is. I want to see who plays Damian and how they handle Damian. And I also want to see the relationship built with the Bat family and what this looks like. What tone they'll go for, what vibe they'll go for. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, I've said this before. I think Damian is my favorite Robin. And I can't wait to see what they do with him. Cannot wait. Aside from that, my next most interested is Superman Legacy, I would say. Is it just me? I feel like Nate could end up being Kelso's son. Maybe during a break with Jackie, Kelso got with the neighbor. I've kind of thought that as well, because he's just too much like Kelso. But his dad is in Japan. Like, she dialed Japan, though. I mean, I don't know how testing was back in the day, but like, I mean, she believes that dude is his dad, so, and we know Kelso's not in Japan. But that would be an interesting little turn of events. Have I seen the new Legion of Superheroes film? I'm not. I still need to watch the Ring of Power, not Ring of Power, Jesus. Or what was that called? Shit. Whatever the Jon Stewart one in this timeline was. I haven't seen that one yet. Out of everything James Gunn announced, what are you excited for? Just answer that. Batman, The Brave and the Bold. You know what I just noticed? Where's your iconic hat? Is it in the bedroom? I think it's in the bedroom right now. Yeah, I've just not been wearing it as much. just to kind of change things up a little bit. And keep things civil in the... Keep things civil. I see some stuff starting to cook a little bit that could potentially get out of hand. Marvel's Hitmonkey is good. Runaways is okay. One day, maybe. Finished watching Avatar: Way of Water. Finally took me 3 days. It was so long, mostly boring, except scenes with the general. I really liked it. I didn't find it boring, but it was long. I did think it was longer than it needed to be. MODOK is cool. I haven't heard much about MODOK since it came out. On the Block is definitely a violent Goonies. Murder, gangs, drugs, a funny grandma, and a secret relationship. Okay. Wait, I can't unsubscribe for you not liking Batman Beyond? Okay. Fine. Boys Season 4 finale is called Assassination Run. Oh god. That sounds intense. My first time in the theater this year will be John Wick 4. Very excited. Like, I want to see Knock at the Cabin, but I just don't know if I have time this weekend to go see it. Thoughts on gun skipping all the way to Damien. Nice that we could get Nightwing sooner, but missing out on Tim and Jason. I mean, you know, we'll still have them in the universe. You know, Jason will be Red Hood, more than likely, which is what most people want to see Jason as anyway. And Tim, you know, stands on his own a lot better outside of the Robin moniker anyway. I feel like other than Damien, everybody else I think is more known and more comfortable in the mantles that they create for themselves. Like Nightwing. Like Dick Grayson is my second favorite DC character, but I don't really care. I don't really think of him as Robin anymore. I think of him as Nightwing. And I think that's become the case with the rest of the Bat family. So I think that's an interesting thing that kind of shakes it up, and it also kind of gives us the characters in the roles that we're not waiting for Dick Grayson to become Nightwing. He's just going to be Nightwing, which is fine with me. And we're still getting a Robin, but we'll have everybody around. So it's kind of like getting your cake and eating it too. But again, like you said, we're missing that journey a little bit. But I'm fine with that. I haven't been to the theater since Wakanda Forever. Not intentional, just haven't had time. Going back to see Quantumania. I'm right there with you. Though I have been since Wakanda Forever. It's just this year I just haven't taken the time to get out there. I want Eric to run into his replacement Randy in season 2. That would be funny. Always felt bad for the actor. He was given an impossible task. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I only watched things that usually come my way. Any other that slip under me, then someone keeps telling me about it, I probably won't watch it. Right there with you. Weevil is a Pokemon. I've seen your reaction to episode 8 of Vox Machina. Did you not know that was Hardigan from season 2? No, I didn't. I don't know who that is. Yeah, no, I haven't got. I don't know who that is. If so, I never really got that far. If that's the case, because I'm not current on any campaign, and I think I only watched the first 30 minutes of campaign 2 before I got swept off into other stuff. So yeah, I have no idea who that character is. Hubba abubba. Since we're on the topic of DC, I had a random thought. Do you think the actress who played Wednesday would be a good Raven? I could be okay with Jenna Ortega being Raven. Yeah, I think she could nail that. 15 movies I'm going to see this year. That's it? Okay. Weevil is a Pokemon, by the way. I'm on hour 300 in Scarlet now. Good lord. That's a lot. Kill Mike. That's an ironic Omni liking Game of Thrones origin. I'll probably watch it in 5 years. Let's see. You know Chris Pratt's Garfield comes out next year, so does Despicable Me 4. Didn't really realize that. I forgot that he's playing Garfield. His voice is more matches Garfield way more than Mario to me, though. So that could work. Despicable Me 4, Will needs some love. Yes, he does. Which is a better movie, Dark Phoenix or X-Men 3: The Last Stand? X3: The Last Stand is the one I would rather watch. Dark Phoenix wasn't terrible. It was just boring. I like most Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet are actually have a great story. Really, I haven't heard too... Well, no. Barry's talked a little bit about the story, but she doesn't go into it too much because I do plan on playing it, so I haven't... No spoilies. But I haven't heard many other people actually talk about the story. The Good Thawne is coming back? Well, Matt Lesher is coming back. Whether he's playing the reformed Eobard or the actual Eobard is yet to be determined. I saw a theory that Will could end up with one of the boys in the band with that was with Eddie. There's a boy who looks very similar. Okay. I never really gave any of them really a whole lot of thought. I do like Mike and Will endgame more than Mike and 11. 11's endgame should be family instead of love. I mean, I'm just not got any of that from Mike, is the thing. I feel like that would be odd to me. Like there's been a lot of signs really early on about Will. I've got nothing about that from Mike. So I just don't think that relationship, as sad as it is and how much that would hurt will go beyond platonic. Could it? I don't know. But I feel like just throwing in some of that from Mike in the final season would just be weird because there's just no setup for it outside of Will's affection. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go that way, personally. But if it does, I'm not going to be upset. I just don't feel like, I feel like that would be, I don't think that would be conducive writing to do it that way with how they've set everything up right now. Sorry, I read a current chat that popped up. Mike, sorry to skip ahead a little bit, but like, I won't put it up, and I'll get to it when I get to it. Mike doesn't deserve to be with Will at this point. Amen. That is so true. Imagine if Wolverine is the villain of Deadpool 3. That would be interesting, but I doubt they'll do that. Saw your reaction, Orphan. What a twist, and I'm guessing that the sequel is going to touch upon her origin story. Is there a sequel coming? Because I've at least confirmed for myself that the one I was talking about, the other one that had come out as a prequel. It's actually called Orphan First Kill. So it's a prequel about her story. So I don't know. Have they talked about doing a sequel? I don't know. Haven't kept up with it. Next Halloween, it's just going to be Michael going through each and every FNAF game. Fuck no. I don't know, man. I've seen people play these games and they look so fucking boring to me. Spending 12 plus hours. No! Just don't know that in Dead City, we're going to force some Negan and Maggie conflict. It's going to annoy me because they had such a good arc over the course of season 11, and for them to backtrack would suck. I hope they don't backtrack it. I hope they further what they've already started to build. That's what I want to see. Will I react to Megan? It was so good. Well, I mean, it's still technically in theaters, but I think I've missed my go to the theater and watch it window. So I've been contemplating reacting to it on the channel now that it's kind of been out for a minute. Yeah, I think I might do that. Firestorm or Atom? I prefer Firestorm, I would say. Sacrifice Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty or Superman Legacy and Brave and the Bold? Honestly, I probably would. Well, would I regret that? I could, but I would trade those two. If I had the choice between Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, versus a new Superman movie and a Batman and Robin movie, I'd probably chuck the Marvel stuff out the window. I wonder how Loki season 2 will be. Me too. I've got so many questions about what that's going to do and how that's going to work. Kind of iffy on them starting with Damian. I really want to see Batman get a young Robin, then him grow to Nightwing and continue the Bat family. The problem with that is, like, that is well beyond a 10-year plan, and that'd be very difficult to do. And again, I think James is focusing on doing things that I think is better for the story and for the fans, and I think that's one way to give the fans most of what they want at the same time. But I know what you mean. Have I seen any Robot Chicken episodes? I used to watch it religiously, and then I just kind of grew out of it. Do I watch Teen Titan Go to the movies? Yes, that movie is hilarious. I've not really watched the show, though, but I've watched the movie. And then Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. I've seen that. Aloha, made it this time, saw the DC announcement. I'm so thrilled for the Authority coming to any screen. It's probably going to be a messy combo of The Boys and Punisher. Yes, the Authority is going to be, or at least needs to be, in the vein of The Boys and the Punisher. Because they're intense. I think Jonathan will die. He's had so little to do that I think he will die saving Will. It would be a big lovey brother moment of him telling Will he knows he's gay and loves him, and then the sadness. And then sadness. Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. Like, it feels weird that the first Superman movie will be an early Superman, but the first Batman, he's gonna have his whole ass Bat fam. Well, he did say that the Superman movie is not an origin. So it's not Superman year one. It's not Superman's first outing. This Superman's been around, he's just younger. He didn't say how much younger than Batman he's gonna be, but that this Superman is a few years younger than Bruce, is what he said. Bruce, I'll gauge, is probably going to be like mid-30s, more than likely. Which is still significantly younger than he was in BVS and the Snyderverse and stuff like that. But yeah, skip classes to play video games, man, I want to try that. Oh, I've done that so many times. I don't know, I think Will die because, I mean, he don't do shit. He just talks about 11, has missions that don't matter at all. Well, he's going to matter. Oh, he's going to be imperative to this season, for sure. I got faith in James Gunn. I have a few things I'm not fully sold on yet. I'm going to go with it and just wait and see how it turns out. Exactly. I'm the opposite. I prefer Angel over Buffy. I started with Angel, though, so I couldn't get into Buffy. I only ever watched episodes that had Spike on it. As far as Slayers go, I prefer Faith. Sorry. Yeah, I'm the opposite both. I started with Buffy, and I thought the Angel show was just way too cringe. I just couldn't stand it at all. And I thought Angel was a better character when he was on Buffy. He was a more interesting character to me when he was on Buffy. But I've also got a friend who's the opposite, who's like you, prefers Angel as well. But yeah, man, Buffy all the way for me. Will Morbius actually get a sequel? I hope it does, but everyone seems to hate it. I highly, highly doubt it. But it is Sony, and they will probably force it down our throats anyway. There's apparently an actor in talks to play Robin. I'm nervous because it better not be Damian or play Robin. It better not be Damian or a flashback of Dick, because it would be whitewashing, since Damian is half Chinese/Arab, and Dick has been retconned as Romani for about 20 years now. I hope it's Jason or Tim flashbacks. Who's the actor? Let's see. Wilfred is only 4 seasons. Found it to be brilliant. At the time, he was working with PetSmart. Elijah's performance was great. It's definitely a stoner comedy, if that's your cup of tea. It sounds like it would be fun to watch. So hyped about the final season of The Flash. Do you think Barry will die or something? I don't. Eric Wallace has said he's promised a happy ending for everybody, so I don't think that Barry will die. But I've been one of the people who's been like, Barry should become the lightning bolt that strikes him in the past, like in the comics. But I doubt that's gonna happen. I love Dick Grayson. He's my favorite Robin. He's my favorite non-Batman character. But as far as Robins go, I think he's more interesting as Nightwing. I love the Authority, but I'm really nervous because the comics are either really good or really bad depending on the writers. There's no real in-between. Is Blue Beetle and Aquaman happening after The Flash, or are they basically prequels before the erasing of the timeline? Based on what James Gunn has said, Blue Beetle and Aquaman are post-timeline. Because he said The Flash leads into Aquaman. So that's the intention. I think that's one of the reasons the releases got switched around. But Blue Beetle is set firmly in the new timeline, from what he said. I also watched damn near all of your reactions to all the Marvel stuff. Hell yeah. So much more to come. So much more to come. Ren and Kitty? Yeah. Also with The Boys and Invincible, it's going to be difficult to make it fresh and not a copy. That is true. That is true. I didn't really consider that. We've got a lot of edgy superhero media right now. How do you make that stand out? It'll be the first one in film, though. That's not The Watchmen. First thing I noticed about the Creature Commando reveal was Weasel. So Sean is still employed. Dude, with James as the CEO of DC, you know Sean is going to be working there. You know his brother and his wife are going to still have jobs. But yeah, Weasel was like the second thing I noticed. The first thing I noticed was that sexy fucking Bride of Frankenstein they had going on there. And also Daddy Rick Flag. Like, Rick Flag's dad is a daddy. What the fuck? God damn. I see many lists that say John Wick has killed 299 people so far. So his first kill in 4 will be 300. Can't think of many action characters with that high kill counts. Just using guns and knives, of course. I don't know. I've never seen any of these movies, but I know the body count's usually kind of high in Rambo. But I don't know if he drops bodies like John does. But that's a cool little detail. I really like Nikki after she got more characterization on that 90s show. I did too. She really went from the bottom of my list to the top, like the top echelon of my list, when she started like having those interactions with Nate, focusing on her studies, helping Kitty. They really rounded her out, surprisingly out of nowhere. Yeah, I agree. You think Scream 6 opening ends with Ghostface dying? Like staring at with Gale or someone, then they kill them and we get the main Ghostfaces? I mean, maybe. It could be. Can't wait to see the new Saw movie this year. Huge fan. I love the Saw franchise. I've not seen the last 2, Saw 3D and the final chapter. I haven't seen either of those yet. I've seen the first 6 and I've seen Spiral. Spiral was, in my opinion, awful. I did not like a single thing in that movie. Also really nervous about Batman and Robin because DC has been trying to erase Dick and Damian's relationship since the New 52. Apparently it's going to be inspired by Morrison's Batman, but I think with Bruce... All right. So I think they erased Damian's time with Dick's Robin, which is really confusing and frustrating because I love that run. Damian's relationship with Bruce ain't that great at all. I like Bruce and Damian. I think they have a good relationship, but I do love Damian and Dick's relationship. But we could build to that, though. I think we can build up to that. You know, I wasn't too attached to Super Cavill, but I do like Cavill, and I feel sad that he had to leave. After stuff like Enola Holmes, I was convinced he could play the Superman that they want to have. That endearing, jovial quality that he has and carries as Sherlock, which is very not Sherlock. but he has that quality there, that loving, protective big brother feel. Mate convinced me that if they wanted to do like something like this, that I think that he could have done the role. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't go with him, because it's not like he's that old. But I don't know. Yeah. Hold on. Honestly, movies, I like Marvel more comics DC. Right. That's kind of where I'm at. Is there just a slight chance Henry Cavill will work for Marvel, becoming Mr. Fantastic, or could he come back for a cameo, not as Superman, but as some guy on the street? Well, there's some speculation, and like James said in his official tweet when they talked about not moving forward to Cavill, that they do look forward to working with him on any future projects. So he might not be the DCU's Superman, but they could have him be the DCU's somebody else. Right now, there's a lot of hints that make me wonder if he is going to be Apollo. Wouldn't that be a twist? After Red and Kitty, I find Sherry the best. She felt like she fit in perfectly. Great chemistry with everybody. Agree. I would love to see what the story is going to be for Deadpool 3, and I'm excited to see Owen Wilson's Agent Mobius. Are you excited for him to appear in the movie? Wait, he's in Deadpool? Mobius is going to be in Deadpool? Do you think that at least Gal Gadot's... Is it Gadot or Gadot? I never really know. I didn't mean for that rhyme. Maybe back as Wonder Woman. I will admit, back in the day, in 2015, 2016, whatever BBS came out, I did not care for her as Wonder Woman, but now I love her. Yes, it has been said that the door is open for her to return. She's the only... Her and Jason Momoa... Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and Zachary Levi are the 4 people from the old regime that are currently on the table to return in the new timeline. Will she, though? Don't know. But she's still... The door is still open for her to come back. So it is definitely possible. I don't know. I just think the relationship is really important. For Damian, and erasing that would be a mistake, especially to favor Bruce. The man has enough of that in the comics. I like the father-son dynamic, though. I really like those two as a pairing. I do like the brotherly dynamic between him and Nightwing, but I do like his relationship, trying to build a relationship with his father. I like that stuff. Which would be bigger box office success, Spider-Verse 2 or The Flash? Probably Flash, because Spider-Verse is animated, and you know that the general audiences still have a weird bias against animated stuff. I mean, the first movie didn't do box office banger numbers, and The Flash has got Keaton, so you know all the your older generation are going to see like, oh, Michael Keaton's in this movie, maybe I'll go see it. I don't know. That's my guess. Goku Tui versus Gohan a Beast. What's Goku Tui? Oh, True Ultra Instinct. I would probably have to say Goku. One, because even though Gohan did get that massive power boost, he's still, not as experienced as Goku is right now. Ant-Man will probably beat Kang, I think, in the Kang movie. In this movie, wouldn't come back and die with Ant-Man, maybe. Can you tell me anything about Agatha Disney Plus show? I haven't heard much. I don't know if I should be excited or not. I mean, I don't know. We don't really know much about it. I think they've cast an older Wiccan to be in it. That's something I've heard. I don't think that's even confirmed. I don't know anything about it. I have no idea what it's about. Other than, because I try to stay away from the rumor mill and be as spoiler-free as possible, but yeah, I don't know. Who do you want to play Damian, and why is it Aiden Gallagher? Dude, he's too old, man. He's just way too old. And to kind of piggyback off of Night Wilmed's later comment is, you know, he's just another white kid. While I do obviously acknowledge that, you know, he is also half white, so it's a roll of the dice with genetics on how he will turn out. So logically, could they cast somebody with that kind of skin tone? Sure. But I think that would be a little disrespectful to the lineage that he represents. So I would like to see somebody a little more befitting, or somebody more favoring the Talia race side of the family a little bit. I don't know. Again, Damien is a younger kid, so like they need someone younger than Aiden. I know Aiden is playing like a teenager, but he doesn't look it all that much anymore. And for somebody who's like, what, 10, 12, 14 at best, I think he's already a little past that point. I want a kid. I want a kid playing Robin in these movies. I don't want an adult playing a kid. I don't want a teenager playing a kid. I just want a kid playing a kid. Fucks, give me a kid for this role, because I just hate the idea of them, dude. And like, maybe this is because my first Robin was shit, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Chris O'Donnell. This 30-year-old playing 16 or whatever just doesn't work. Ah, man. Anyway, I want an actual kid playing Robin. Anyway, that's the end all be all for me. Let's see. I'm sad that Avatar 2 Way of Water surpassed Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and now Avengers Infinity War. What the fuck, people are mentally fried? I mean, I'm as shocked as you all on that one. It might be on my bedside table. I was talking about my beanie. That's what I was talking about. That's what I meant. That's where I figured it is right now anyway. Power of the Wasp with the Ant-Man suit and the wings, or Power of Spider-Man Black Panther with the suit and some claws. Oh, Spider-Man Black Panther. Give me Spidey sense any day of the week. What's up, study whore? How are you? I like that icon. Also, very particular. Wait, shit, not particular. Peculiar that the DCU Batman movie isn't called Batman Brave and the Bold, it's just Brave and the Bold. Wonder if average moviegoers will go see it without Batman in the title. I think once the promotions and stuff come out for it, it'll be fine. Wasn't Avatar Way of Water filmed in New Zealand? I don't know. No idea. For me, the Authority is out of place at the beginning of this first phase of DC. It's something that they should have put in either 3 or 4. It does feel out of place. I agree. I think the Authority being something they do this early does feel weird. But hey, I'm not going to crap on it until we see what they do. The Authority is sounding like The Boys, unless I'm wrong. No, it's very much so more in that vein. Like, think of it like The Seven. Yeah, they're pretty much The Seven. In attitude, at least. What if I told you about a movie with blue people and water? Would you think of Avatar 2 or Black Panther 2? I would think of Avatar 2. Yeah, I agree, Sketch. It's a weird placement. Are you excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp? Quantumania. Hell yes, I'm excited. I think the Authority is going to be a grungy, gritty anti-hero powers that be, and the Justice League can be the group that converges over time to offer something they can't. Hope for a brighter tomorrow. That's what I said. Yeah, right there with you, Summer. Right there with you. Let's see. Who you got on the Super Bowl? No one. I don't. I could care less. Personally, which would you rather have another movie of? Robert Pattinson's Batman or Christian Bale's Batman? Oh, Robert Pattinson. I am totally okay that Christian Bale's Batman is over. We can always have flashbacks of Dick's time as Robin if we get a Nightwing movie. That's also true. We can also get prequel movies for all we know. Quantumania, less than 2 weeks away. I saw Batman Under Red Hood the other day. It was so good. I do like DC more than Marvel, but the MCU is not bad at all. Have to go. Had a great time, Omni. Hope you have a great day, man. You too, Sketch. Thanks for stopping in. Wait, Gunn wants a younger Superman, but Batman will be old enough to be on Robin 3. Timing seems off. It's not the first time they've done that. I mean, hell. I mean, if we're talking DCU, Superman was like, what? Mid to late 20s at the start? And Batman has been Batman for 20 years already? That was a bigger gap. Black Adam, great movie, fails at the box office, making DC hit the reset button. They were already hitting the reset button. The Flash movie wouldn't exist without that reset button. However, Joker makes over $1 billion, super successful. Now Avatar is breaking records. What the fuck is going on? Good movies are making money. Phase 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to try to stay away from leaks more than I usually do. Oh, dude, yes, me too. Actually, he wants everyone younger from what I understand. Also, Damian is Robin number 5. Stephanie Brown is in there. Got to include and remember Stephanie Brown in the main continuity, because then if you include everything, you've got Carrie Kelly, which is from a different timeline from the Millerverse. I liked Bill Murray as Garfield. I did too. I think his voice was great for it. I didn't want to spoil it for you. I know. Other than feeding the legendary a sandwich in the first 30 minutes in. I mean, hey, what you gotta do? What you gonna do? Who do you think will end up with the Darksaber? Will it be Bo, Din, maybe Grogu, or someone else? I think it'll still be Din, but I do think that maybe one day he will pass it on to little baby Grogu. I would go for Pattinson 3 because I'm really loving Bruce, and Bale has done his time. No, I'm right there with you. Yeah. See, that's what I called out earlier. Mike doesn't deserve Will. I want to see like 23 plus movies this year. I'll have to shuffle some time when they come to streaming. But yeah, last year I watched what, like 40 something. I can't remember. So I'm trying to get that number higher, not lower. Have I ever been spoiled on a Marvel movie or TV show unintentionally and it ruined the experience for you? Which movie, if you have? Oh yeah, I've been spoiled on some stuff. Did it ruin the movie? Fuck no. No. None of them have, none of the spoilers I've gotten have been so detrimental that either I didn't already expect it or I didn't think it was going to come. Like, I knew Matt Murdock was going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. One, just because I had a gut feeling. And then two, John Campea leaked those photos that he thought was fake. And I also thought they were fake. Then they turned out to not be fake. So that was a surprise about a surprise. So I kind of, I don't know. I was shocked that they weren't spoilers, kind of. So it was a weird situation. Just finished watching Knock at the Cabin. Curious, what's my favorite M. Night Shyamalan film? Woo! Shit. I have to go with Unbreakable, I think. I think Unbreakable is my favorite. Gotta go. Oh, gotta go. See you all later. Take it easy. I would love to see Susie and Dustin interact in person. Yes, me too. But I don't know if it will get the time to do that. Damn it, forgot to say Tom Holland could play a great Robin. He could play a great Robin. Me in 20 minutes. What kind of Funko Pops do you have? Is it Mummy, Brendan Fraser, or Tom Cruise? Yeah, Yeah, I don't have either of those. But if I had to pick between the two of those, I would go Brendan Fraser all day, every day. Fuck the Tom Cruise Mummy movie. Brendan Fraser in The Mummy is peak. Peak entertainment. What's up, newsies? I think Deadpool 3 could adopt the Deadpool kills Marvel Universe run, only he kills the Fox characters instead. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Maybe that's how we get Hugh back. They won't do that only because they said they are not touching Logan, which is still Fox. They're not going to be playing with I don't think the past continuities. I think this Logan's going to be a Logan we've never met. That's my guess. But I would love to see Chris back as Human Torch. That would be a twist. Hugh Jackman is actually playing a mind-wiped Wolverine as a TVA agent, and that could actually be pretty interesting. Wade helps him remember who he is. That's an interesting theory. I watched Megan in theaters. Holy, it was terrific. Literally Annabelle and Chucky having a baby, or Chucky's sister-in-law. You know, since we're going for older Robins, I hope Ryan Potter eventually gets his shot at Tim. That would be cool. I really like Ryan. He does a really good job as Garfield Logan on Titans. I like him a lot. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Though again, crossing my fingers that the actors in talks for Tim are, otherwise it would be Damien or Dick or Jason, and he doesn't look like Jason to me. So I'm curious who you're talking about. Saw All of Robot Chicken recently and it kind of got stale. Yeah, I grew out of it a long time ago. Same with Family Guy. I watched them both all the time and I just eventually just stopped really finding it funny. I need a Will coming out to Robin and asking for advice. With all the DC talk, when I was reading this, I was like, I just saw Will talking to like Batman's Robin. Just like sitting there, full costume, cape, mask and everything, and talking to Will. Just coming out to a random stranger. Oh god, that would be a good scene to have. I think that would be really cute. I have like 20 plus movies and 20 plus shows to watch this year. My free time is fudged. Oh my god, it's gonna be a crazy year, man. I want some Steve and Will interactions. Just one talk. I'm literally begging. I think they would be awesome together. They have so much potential for a sweet relationship. I can agree with that. Just watched James Gunn will recast Supergirl with a white blonde actress. Oh my god, why are we talking about this? A movie they want to do, then people say, where's Sasha Kaye? I think they could do an Elseworlds with Sasha Kaye, though. These examples James Gunn are racists. Daniel with the weird takes, but you're not wrong. If they do that, there are going to be people that say that. Green Arrow or Flash? Green Arrow. Green Arrow. Do you think... Hold up. Are we talking, like, live action, or are we talking... If we're talking, like, comics, if we're talking, like, animation, like, Flash all day. But if we're talking, like, Arrowverse, Green Arrow. Ollie all day. Do you think Blue Beetle movie will be part of the DCU since it's still an announcement for the Booster Gold? I mean, it's already confirmed it is. So yes, it is. It is part of the DCU. Have I seen the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie? I've not seen all of it. Hello. Totally not Gibby. iCarly, right? I started Buffy, but I prefer Angel. Not season 4, though, for obvious reasons, but I disagree with you about Angel being better in Buffy. All he did was whine. Well, to each their own. Cordelia is fantastic in Angel. Which is funny, because I got a contradictory thing that Angel ruined Cordelia earlier from somebody else. In my universe, I made Nightwing become Batman. Go for it. I do think the mantle eventually needs to swap. I'm hoping that The Brave and the Bold would be like the show/comic where a bunch of other heroes show up, especially Green Arrow. It has the possibility. I have zero faith in James Gunn's DCU. Why? I mean, I'm still cautiously optimistic, but James Gunn has done no wrong when it comes to comic book characters, so I'm more than comfortable letting him take the reins on this. I'm gonna need Karen Wheeler to step the fuck up this season. They need more adults on the mission. Plus, she got her own poster last season for some. She did? She got a poster? Why? But yes, I think it's, with everything going on, how do you not bring their parents into what all they've been up to this last like year and a half? Like, they need to know what the hell's going on. First thing David Zaslav did when he came to power was he erased a lot of projects. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Daniel, I'm done. I'm not getting into any of those topics with you, buddy. I know the discourse that came with that, and sorry, a lot of those projects were just projects that weren't going to work in the long run, more than likely. It was just it was just coincidence, if anything. Let's see. Thanks for sticking around, Captain J, for 18 months. Got your platinum badge. Am I going to see the Super Bowl trailer for Scream? Well, hell yeah. When is that? When is the Super Bowl? I lost my place in the chat, damn it. Alright, getting there. Here we go. Oop. Can't believe that we're going to have Last of Us Mandalorian Season 3 around the same time. Also, Attack on Titan. Dude, I cannot wait. Can't see my shirt. I will hide the comment. I can't fucking wait, man. Oh my God, I'm jonesing so much for new Attack on Titan. I'm so excited to see myself as Weasel in future movies. Nightwing's age has always been a tricky thing for writers. What age is Batman? If Dick is in his late 20s, early 30s, I'm not sure how a younger Batman with an established Bat fan will work. I'll have to wait and see. I heard of the two theories regarding the NPR 30th. I'm interested in your take. Adam may take up the Green Ranger mantle because of Zeo and Turbo, or JJ Oliver because SPD is involved. Yeah, I mean, I talked about that in my video, my reaction to the news. Was my suggestion was that could it be Adam? I mean, he was last seen as a Green Ranger. Everybody else has a slot on the team so far except for him. He's still there, so why is he there? I would like to see him as the Green Ranger, but there's also somebody who posited could be Tommy Oliver's son. You know, because I've heard people talk about that maybe Adam and Aisha don't suit up at all, which then begs again the question of who's on the suit. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. His renditions of the Guardians of Peace were not comic book accurate. The decision to get rid of Cavill for Superman. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. And I disagree on some of that. Like the Guardians and the Peacemaker stuff. I kind of disagree. But it is what it is. 2025 will be the best years for comic book movies. Hope Nate becomes a bigger character next season. I feel like he has some depth there, but a lot of insecurities. Me too. Me too. Oh God, old Spiral. Damn it. I'm well late. Just want to ask you if you saw Koi's vid on rejects and his take on soups going forward. I won't spoil it for you though if you haven't seen it. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. Are you talking about the DCU versus Snyderverse video that just dropped a little while ago? If so, I haven't seen it. I did get a little preview that was coming out, or a heads up that video was coming out. So I've been very curious to see what that conversation was, because that is a video designed to get engagement, man. Honestly, I think Superman is going to be pushing 30 for whoever they cast. I don't think Cavill was the right match. Jigsaw was meh. Spiral's okay. I felt that Chris Rock tried too hard in the movie. Still brought that Blu-ray, but not Jigsaw. Yeah, so I haven't seen Jigsaw yet. Cavill wanted to be a more upbeat Superman, a more traditional Superman. He did, but again, like if he didn't fit what they want to do. Also, they said that they do plan on working with him again. So I don't know what that means. So I think he'll be back, but I just don't think he'll be Superman. But like I get the change, but I do get that Cavill did things wrong, but again, this isn't James Gunn's fault. James Gunn is doing what he thinks is best for the universe going forward. The Cavill situation, by all reports, was purely a Dwayne Johnson move. It wasn't really, he went over the DC heads, he went over a bunch of people and made that happen with his team. So I don't know. It's a whole fucky thing. But I can't put that on James, personally. I mean, we can put it on him that he didn't choose Henry for the new Superman, but the situation that led to that before, I mean, it's just part of the shit hand he was dealt in the beginning. Jigsaw was a perfect bookend of the Saw franchise. Having a copycat killer who worked for John Kramer take the mantle of Jigsaw was so awesome. I guess that's what happens in the movie. I haven't seen it yet. Watching Lyle Crocodile right now on Netflix, and dude Brett, who played in Stranger Things, is so good in it. And Shawn Mendes's voice still don't disappoint. I've seen the trailers for it. It looked kind of cute. You think DC may do a Crisis on the Infinite Earths movie in the future? You already had a Crisis on Infinite Earths show on CW. Hope we get a Dark Crisis movie with Darkseid invading the multiverse. I mean, it's definitely not off the table, but I wouldn't expect that anytime soon. They should have had Cavill play himself with an American accent. Boom, that's Superman. He's just kind of mopey in the Snyderverse films. Still great casting. I agree. I was always hoping to get a bright traditional Cavill Supes film, but I'm also not going to be. I'm just also not upset or surprised that they didn't continue with him. I'm excited to see Eddie Murphy as Axe Foley, Beverly Hills Cops 4, that's going to be straight to theaters. Netflix, are you going to do a reaction of it? I've never seen any Beverly Hills Cop movies, so no. Unless I pull a Rocky and watch them all. But that man, I don't know. We'll see. Deadpool 3, we get Logan again. Honestly, if they could pull off what Dean Cain did with Lois and Clark, I don't care who they cast, though preferably not Dean Cain. Fair enough. Yeah, they could build up to the relationship, but I think Dick being his first Batman and raising him for a year is too important to the relationship to erase it. I mean, I've seen iterations where that wasn't the case, and I really liked what they did. But we'll see. Curious what you're sipping on. Looks like whiskey. It is indeed whiskey. I'm sorry that the title of the stream is misleading. It is not wine today. Hell, bring in Tyler Hoechlin. Dude, he's great. He's great. He is he's my favorite live action Superman now. He went from being my least favorite to my favorite, just by a change of writers and showrunners. Cavill as Apollo would be hilarious, but if not him, who else you think could play that character? I don't know. Why not Richard Madden? Just have Icarus play Apollo. That would be even more funny. Actually, it wouldn't be as funny as Cavill playing Apollo. If they cast Cavill as Apollo and Ben Affleck as Midnighter, I will lose my shit. I will laugh. Making Bruce the one to teach all the things Dick did, all of that things had to be Dick. It's not good for Dick and Damian. I mean, looking at your icon, I'm sure there's a bias here, but I feel like it makes it stronger if it's his father. Like, I don't know. I think it makes more sense for that to come from Bruce, for me. I doubt Gohan Beast could even beat Goku and Vegeta Blue in their Ultra Blue forms, even the weakest Ultra Instinct. Yeah, I just think with the lack of experience, probably not. You're probably right. What's up, Caro? I know that Joe Locke will be on the Agatha show. I did see that. So, I mean, other than that, I don't really know what the show is going to be about, though. Tyler Hoechlin was one of those actors that does really well in the role of a dad more than anything. Like, he plays a parental character better than some actors, and he's not even a father. Like, from what last thing I saw, I think he's even still single. I know he's an uncle, but I don't think he's definitely, it's funny. He's so good at it. Like, I love him as Dad Clark. Get someone young for Damian Wayne. I read that as get some young. So fun fact, I can't find the article about the actor in talks for Robin. Oh, fun, interesting. Damn it, I want to know. Probably totally a fan fiction dream, but it would be some miracle Brenton Thwaites got cast. Do you think he could on a full budget as a Nightwing movie? I mean, it's possible. James Gunn did say that it is possible for him to revisit current actors that are playing DC roles for future roles in the DCU. So it is definitely possible. Switched on just in time for fist pounding on desk. I want a kid. That is great timing. I think ultimately the Authority is going to be whatever the Snyderverse JL was. Kind of a more darker commentary on the JL proper. Also, I wonder if because The Flash, the Authority is the main team first. That would be interesting. Do you think Omni-Man will ever return to Earth in later seasons of Invincible? Oh, I think that's inevitable. I think he's got to, one day. I think Apollo being a gay character will probably remove Cavill as a possibility because social media will attack because he has a girlfriend. I mean, that's never really came up before. It's never stopped people before. It's never stopped, I mean, will social media, like, come at him for playing a gay character? Probably. But it's called acting. I wouldn't care. I think it, for the commentary alone, for the joke alone, I think it's worth the controversy. It's worth the controversy just to have the previous Batman and previous Superman being on-screen villains and lovers. God, the Snyder cult would fucking implode. I have mixed feelings on Bad Batch right now. Same. I'm kind of in the right. I'm enjoying all the episodes, but at times I'm just kind of like, it was fun. But like, yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I agree about representing the whole culture. No offense, but Disney fucked up with Wanda. She's a dark-skinned Romani in the comics. Well, technically that was also a retcon in the comics itself. Technically. But not only did they hire a white woman, but one that continuously made racist comments and slurs about Roma people. I feel like that is out of context from what I've read and seen. I think that's a little bit embellishing, but no. I get what you're saying though. But I do agree wholeheartedly that representation is super, super important. That's 100% true. Let's see. Bad Batch episode 3 was really good. Best episode, I would say the less kind of go downhill. I don't know, man. This last one I thought was really good. Really good. 3 and wait, shit. What are we on right now? 5? Hold up. My brain just turned off. What episode did I literally just watch? 6. 3 and 6 I thought were really good episodes. How much body horror do you think Swamp Thing will have considering the amount in the canceled show in The Last of Us? Oh, probably a substantial amount, I would suspect. I am extremely excited for this Swamp Thing movie. Like, not as much as like Batman and a Batman and Damian movie, but I can't wait. I cannot wait. Hope Bill Murray's Lord Kryler doesn't die in Ant-Man 3. I'm hoping the King doesn't kill him. We'll see. Favorite DC animated movie? Ooh, probably Under the Red Hood. Or Mask of the Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm is really good, but I also really... No... Under the Red Hood or Flashpoint? My favorite. I do acknowledge that I think The Mask of the Phantasm is probably better than both of those, but I just enjoy those other two movies so much more. Wish Guardians 3 wasn't the final time that we see them. I would love to see Peter in Secret Wars since it's a big part of that storyline. I mean, Peter's probably... All he said is that's the last time we will see that group together. Like, wholly together. So we can still see Peter later. Like, this movie isn't the last time we see the people that survived the movie. The people that survived the movie, more than like, we will see again. Like, I want Bad Batch to actually go somewhere outside of episode 3. I think the rest are filler episodes. To be fair, they are all building up Omega. If you focus on Omega in every other episode, she is growing. She is experiencing something. She is taking something away from the experiences. Is the adventure matter to the overall story? No. But these little adventures and the way that they influence Omega, the people they meet along the way, that's what's important. So I don't think they're necessarily villain to me, but like I get they're also not always interesting. What's up, Jay? Brave and the Bold might also deal with the lessons in parenting Bruce learned from all of his other wards versus a little assassin in his care now. Talk about past mistakes and crime fighting in life. That would be awesome. I gotta hate Carrie. Miller hated Dick. But I wanted a Robin. They made a annoying, irritating, pale copy. Yeah, I've never been a Carrie Kelly fan. How many Robins depends on which continuity we're talking about, which can get confusing fast. I'm not biased at all. It's got great taste. Have I seen any of the Office episodes? I've seen like one or two in a hotel. I don't remember them at all though. I just want a good Cassandra Cain / Orphan. The one in Birds of Prey was the one thing in the Birds of Prey movie that I absolutely was upset about. I wasn't upset about it. It was kind of funny, but it was the most disappointing element of it is the fact that that girl was Cassandra Cain, and they just made her just an object in the movie. So dumb. Pop-Tart Sleepy? Well, good. She was screaming all night. At Brendan 1 and Evelyn 2. Actually glad Superman is young and not an origin story. Best thing MCU did bringing in Spider-Man was to have him already in career, and how many times does he get bit by a spider? Exactly. What's your favorite final fight in Scream? That one Sydney calls them and wears the costume, but 3 is the best actual fight, despite Roman being the worst Ghostface. But 5 had the best GF deaths. Damn. I think 3. I think I might go with 3. Like, despite all of its pitfalls, I do think the conclusion was kind of fun. 2 is also kind of good, but like, yeah. Movie 10 Drake gets his Red Robin suit at the end of Titans. Could be. We'll see. 2023 will be an entertaining year to do all of these films. After episode 3 of The Last of Us has made me nervous going into future episodes. It's too good. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I got faith that they'll keep quality going, but last episode was like a really damn good short film about love in an apocalypse. Most anticipated, but what do you think will be the best James Gunn announced DCU project? Not most anticipated, but what do I think will be the best one? I hope it's Superman. I want it to be Superman. Oh Jesus, can we not go down that everyone is racist because of blank root that has been so old for years? Not you, Omni. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. And I know, I'm still good. I still have like a fair amount. So we'll get by. We'll get by. Thank you for loving my profile. You're welcome. Loot episode. Oh, that's the first time I've seen it as Loot. Last of Us Episode 3, my only gripe was the bedroom scene where Frank went down on Bill. Other than that, it was the best piece of art. See, that's the only time I kind of got hung up. I was like, man, this moved really quick. This is the first day. But like, I've heard some pretty convincing counterpoints to that. But I love the episode, man. It was such a good episode. I heard the way. Oh, hold on. I want to go back to that because it's also a funny little note, and I don't know if most people noticed it. But I know it's like an acting thing. Like, obviously, you can't just go straight to the D on set without causing issues. But, like, you can see just before Frank's head goes out of frame, he goes off to the side. His face is beside his hip before he exits the camera. I did think that was kind of funny. I heard that we may get an AoE of Attack on Titan. I read the manga and I would love to see where the show might change. An AoE? I don't know what you mean AoE. What's AoE? Translate. For season 2, I really want to see the original cast see each other. When we see the cameos, it felt like they didn't stay friends. Maybe because Fez and Jackie's situation. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I want to know, do they keep in touch? Do they talk? Like, it'd be sad to me if they didn't. I know it's difficult in that time, in that era. Like, we don't have the internet, we don't have Skype, FaceTime, and stuff like that. It's a lot more difficult to stay in touch. But I would imagine a group like that would make the effort. But we'll see. Core's video is great, but oh man, Koi's video was great, but oh man, the Snyder hardcores are OTR? The everything has to be R-rated will get very mad. Oh yeah, I imagine he's gonna piss them off. Knowing Koi, yeah. Dwayne Johnson rocked us all, spoiling Superman. Yeah, that was me. Cordelia was better than Angel, but her character was ruined in season 4. Too hard to explain. The charisma did come to Ray Fisher's defense. Yeah, charisma did come to Ray Fisher's defense on the Joss Whedon stuff. I did, yes. Yeah. For sure. I do remember when she put out that whole tweet about her experiences and stuff like that, and then, God, that whole few months was just a mess. Please, everyone, don't spoil anything if Omni hasn't seen what you're discussing. Yes, please. As fucked up as the whole thing was, I doubt Henry is devastated about losing Superman. Sad, frustrated, and such, sure, but not devastated. Besides, he was going to be busy with Warhammer. Yeah, man. He's living his best life no matter what right now. The Witcher thing fell through. That was a project he had that was a huge passion thing, and it just sapped the life out of him from all accounts. And he's executive producing, which means that he's got creative choice in what happens with this Warhammer show, and that's his favorite thing. Favorite thing of all time. So I'm excited for that, if only for his involvement in it. Hot take, I want classic Alfred back. Not the ex-spy Alfred who's on the younger side, but like 65 plus Alfred, Patrick Stewart as DCU's Alfred. I mean, I don't mind him being ex-military. I think that adds and that helps, but I do want him to be on the older side. I want him to be like well past all of that, though. So I'm kind of right there with you in the middle way. Wait, was my message about Karen and Billy erased? I don't know. I'm not sure. I want Campbell and Affleck as Apollo and Midnighter just to see some of the homophobic DC fans. I kept wanting to say DBC. Next time on DBC. Fans break and freak out. I keep adding words, man, when they make out. Yes, please. That would be hilarious. What did I feel about the Eternals? I am one of the people that really enjoyed... The fuck is that? The Eternals. I liked it a lot. For the visuals, for the aesthetic, I actually was endeared to the characters. The only thing that I didn't quite like was there was no real payoff to... Damn it, what was his name? the deviant, the lead deviant. I don't remember his name. The one that became sentient and intelligent. There was no payoff to that in the end. I mean, thematically there is, but the movie didn't really touch it. Like I can make an argument for it, but the movie itself kind of danced around it. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Do you think the Deadpool will appear in Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars? I think it's very much possible. Let's see. I didn't watch Pennyworth, but I actually thought that it slipped through the cracks of cancellation. They got him too. Oh god. I'm hoping for Ricky Whittle for Midnighter. Who's that? Ricky Whittle. Have I seen him? Why does he look kind of familiar? Well, I haven't seen him in anything. I haven't seen anything he's been in. I don't know. Sure. Go for it. Fancast away! Tyler. Well, I'm biased. Doesn't mean I'm completely wrong. No, you're right. I would love to see Sadie Sink in the DC or MCU. Oh, that would be cool. I'd totally be okay with that. Yes. Yes. Give it to me. Richie Rich, I think it's time for a good Spawn movie or show. My God, yes! I mean, Todd McFarlane has supposedly been working on this Spawn movie for I don't even know how long now, and there's still no word as to when we can expect it. I want a fucking banger Spawn movie. Spawn is so good. Wish we got some news if Young Justice will continue or also cancel. I mean, chances are it's probably just dead. Fun fact, when the Teen Wolf writers were writing Teen Wolf movie, they watched Superman and Lois and immediately scrapped the entire script and made Tyler Hoechlin's character a dad. Really? I heard that people was like, this movie was bad. Like, even Teen Wolf fans. I don't know. I've never watched Teen Wolf a day in my life. But, I heard the movie was very mixed, so I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Just because he was so good in that fatherly role. He's so good, man. He's so good at being a dork, too. I'm totally kind of uncomfy with Derek having a teenager son. Oh, Teen Wolf? Teen Wolf? Like how slowly Wanda's accent changes. Me too. Stop! The Brooklyn Stays will go nuts! Just kind of limits who the mother is, and that is... The first Batman was Adam West. Of course, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton followed by Adam West. In a weird way to go about that. We all know that the best DC animated movie is Teen Titans Go to the Movies. It's a good movie. Did you hear what happened to Justin Roiland, co-creator of Rick and Morty? I did. And wow. Dude's empire came crumbling down around him. I would bet money that with the Brave and the Bold movie, Jason will be dead pre-Red Hood because Damien means League of Assassins, which means Lazarus Pit. Maybe. Most of the time, by the time Damien's come around, Red Hood's already running around, but they could change it up. Personally, I think Flashpoint would work as a trilogy. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's funny, I was talking to a friend who actually watched Black Panther 2 about how sad it was that we won't see Angela Bassett on our screens, obviously in the MCU. But then we put on 911, not even thinking about it, and she's the main. Yeah, that is kind of a funny transition to make because she's the lead on that one, right? I've seen stuff from that show, but I've never actually watched it. Which was more emotional episode? Sandman episode 6, Last of Us episode 3. Okay. I'm gonna gauge this purely off of how hard did I cry? And Last of Us Episode 3 got my eyes to water, but I'm pretty sure I cried in Sandman Episode 6. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I did. Have I seen Rick and Morty? I've seen like, what did we watch? The first 2 seasons? And then I just stopped. Last of Us show has been really good so far. I can't wait for tomorrow's episode. Hope Gunn is a fan of the Sandman. I really don't want the show to keep canceled. Oh, it's safe. I wouldn't worry about it. Anime original ending. Oh, okay. Oh, you're fine. I just some abbreviations I don't know. That's the only thing. Pretty sure Gunn and DC in general have no power over Sandman. They do to a very limited extent, because it's still technically a DC. It's still a Warner Brothers television series. It's just a license that they were that ownership though falls under Gaiman, and he gets to shop it around, so he can kind of do what he wants with it. So I think it's safe. I'm pretty sure it's safe. Also, what happened to Sweep 2 Season 2? Probably not going to happen, but I don't know. I have no idea. Knowing the Titans' endings, I hope that Connor Luther's story is resolved quickly. I don't want the last bit of time with Connor to be that douchebag, 100%. We don't talk about Season 4 of Angel. It doesn't exist. Never got that far. Can't wait for the Super Bowl trailer. I want to see a full-length Flash trailer. When is the Super Bowl again? It's a good question. I have no idea. Don't know anything about Warhammer, but excited to find out. I don't know much about it. I ended up having to Google a little bit about it. It's going to be interesting. That's for sure. It's going to be an expensive show. Just good thing Amazon's picked it up. What's up, Cookie Cat? Ex-military Alfred, but I do like old man Kane Alfred. So you could do both. In case, just a response to Karen stepping up. Patrick Stewart Alfred would be awesome. I'm not even going to reference that. I'm not going to say that one out loud. I'm just sorry. I'm skipping that one, Nightwing. Eternals is a good movie. If you do scree, it's completely okay. You're just not smart enough. Coming in with the hot takes. Please don't take my shotgun-toting Alfred away from me. He has no problem taking a life as long as it doesn't stain the floors. I do like that. He's a little competent boo. Yes. I like Pennyworth, though I don't know if it was going to connect to Gotham with Martha and Thomas's daughter. I still have never watched it. Ricky Whittle was in American Gods and the 100. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. DBC, that's what DBC dudes be crazy. Journals was cool, just wish it was a show instead of a movie. I also agree with that. Hey now, I don't sound like that. Here's a flashback. Do you remember the Witchblade series way back? Oh my god, yes. I do. Oh wow. That's a throwback. That was also short-lived. There's a Witchblade anime too. I haven't read too many of the comics. I know it ties into the darkness. I'm more familiar with the darkness than I am Witchblade as a whole, outside of the show, that is. I like the Teen Wolf movie with Michael J. Fox. Also never seen that. But every time somebody says Teen Wolf, I think of the Michael J. Fox thing, though. I like Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go more than Teen Titans Go to the movies. I like both pretty equally. Though that ending to Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go was so good. Eric was in his early 20s in Teen Wolf Season 1, and with the movie taking a decade after the show, he'd be around 30 to 40, so him having a kid makes sense. I don't fucking know. Anyone remember super young Tyler Hoechlin in Road to Perdition as Tom Hanks? What? Oh, wait. I'm thinking... okay. I was like, wait, hold on. What? I was thinking of The Road. I've not seen Road to Perdition. I was like, what? Anyway. Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox is endearingly awful. It's too goofy to hate. Oh gosh. Need to watch it someday. Any thoughts on Jensen Ackles as Batman? It's something that he has been wanting to do in live action, and he did some animated movies. I would be okay with that, actually. I wasn't too into the idea originally, but it's grown on me. Yeah, more. Yeah, you guys talk about Teen Wolf all you want. I'm gonna move on. Greetings from Germany. Shout out to Journey. I've got some family over there. One day I might actually visit. He's starting to get close to chat spam time. I am catching up, I've noticed. Pretty sure your chat eats some of my messages. Hey, sometimes YouTube will do what YouTube do, and YouTube can be pretty fickle sometimes. It doesn't like me. They make Sandman references in Teen Titans Go, plus Static Shock cameo in Sandman makes me believe it's somewhat owned by DC to the extent to allow cameos. Well, there was not cameos. There were action figures, or little like background nuggets. So I think there's limitations there. Don't expect it to be in the same world as anything that's going on. If anything, I would consider it classified as Elseworlds. So I don't know. I mean, I know if I got it when I got a claim, it said WBTV. Whenever something happened with the show, Sunday, February 12th is Super Bowl. Awesome. Whoops. Has a water pipe broke where you work? No, luckily not. And again, I don't know much about the creator-owned titles and how ownership works. Yeah, me either. Who had the best character development in Cobra Kai? I would say it comes down to Johnny or Hawk for me, as far as arcs go. I like the second movie with Jason Bateman team too. There's another one? Alright, I'm gonna head out. Bye. Take care, Sean. Thanks for stopping in. I'm pretty sure Pennyworth writers were given a heads up that this was the last season, so they were like, fuck it, let's make Bruce a girl and blow up London with it. Is that what happens? Oh my god. Taylor Buchanan as Damian Wayne, or is he too... Oh, wait, is that... Wait, I saw he tweeted something being like, hey, DC, call me. And I'm just like, no. No. Maybe as a Tim or a Jason, but anything else, no. But Tyler. Is it Taylor? I thought it was Tyler. Anyway, they need to get someone who can fight. I mean, he can fight. His fights are always some of the better ones. Pretty happy that for Sholo Marley as Blue Beetle. He may have accidentally slotted into a new series of movies. I doubt he had any idea his unconnected movie would work out. I'm so happy that it's not getting scrapped. I was so afraid, because that's one of the few originally going to be streaming only movies that I was actually excited for. Ooh. Did a horror movie ever actually scare the shit out of you? When I watched The Grudge and Darkness Falls as a kid, those movies fucked me up. They're bad movies, but the concepts fucked me up for years. I hope you get to the point where you're going to have to answer super chats. One day. We get a couple every now and then, and I appreciate them, but there's no push for that to be the only thing to do. Have I read the Attack on Titan manga? I've not. I had to during season 4 part 1 when Aaron attacked Marley for the Warhammer Titan. I couldn't wait till the next week for the next episode. I've been fighting every urge in my bones to read ahead because I want to watch the show. And I want to react to it, and I don't want to know anything. So, yeah, I've not read the manga at all. But I will attempt to do so eventually, once it's done, for comparison's sake. Only Super Chats? One day, maybe. What Amazon needs to do is focus on Stargate, because I want a new show, please. Goku versus Kratos. Goku would make a crater out of Kratos. Have I heard we watch a movie? Have I heard we watch a movie? There's a lot of talk for talk, but did you a live stuff? Maybe you guys should do a thing together. I'm not sure what you mean. Which would you prefer? Andor writers behind the prequel of Court of the Owls series, or Last of Us writers behind a new Zatanna series? Last of Us and Zatanna. I would be much more interested in a Zatanna movie than a series about the Court of Owls. Is Sarah Michelle Gellar Wolfpack show connected to Teen Wolf? I haven't watched Teen Wolf, but I would normally watch anything with Sarah. I don't want to catch up. Yeah, I've never heard of either. I haven't heard of that Wolfpack thing, so I can't speak for it. Everybody else, chime in! Blue Beetle was easily one of my favorite DC heroes. I've been very much excited for this movie, regardless of canon. Same. I looked it up quickly to see if Taylor Buchanan was the actor in talks, and I clearly remember seeing in talks for the role of Robin. I don't know. Hello, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? The most relaxed thing you probably never do in a live thing on YouTube talk about movies, horror, or any TV show or whatever. In a live thing. Again, I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sorry. Again, the internet will be the internet. False rumors spreads really fast. So I don't know anymore. Yeah, man, there's always a new fake, insane rumor before anything is really actually happening. Mama was a movie that terrified me, a PG-13 movie that the same director is also making The Flash. I have not seen Mama. I haven't seen that one. I have not. So what do you mean you get that big? I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. One day, maybe we'll get to that point. I'll feel bad about it, but I mean, it's just the inevitability of a growing channel at some point. Wondering, do you have a girlfriend? Do I speak German? Which city would you visit in Germany? I do have a girlfriend. I do not speak German, and I don't really know what city I would want to go to. I know that I have some family around, I think, Frankfurt, but that's about all I know. I don't know where that is in relation to anywhere else. Secretly watched the original Psycho as a child. So I have nightmares sometimes about the movie. The original Psycho is one of my all-time favorite movies. I love it. Once again, Dick Grayson gets no love, and they go for Damian Wayne. But remember, he will be Nightwing. There will be a Nightwing. Let's just say in the manga, blank happens, and then blank, and before you know it, blank. Spoiler alert. Oh, God. Court of Owls would get old real quick. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know how you keep the intrigue up on that. I mean, it could be possible. It could be doable, but I don't know if I'm interested in watching a whole series about it. YouTube them. We watch a movie. I'll take a look. I'll see what I can find out. The Wolfpack is from Hangover. Hello, Horror Star. I'm new here. Well, welcome. Have fun. Welcome. Join the conversation. We'll probably be wrapping up soon, but I'm glad you can make it. And also, welcome to the community. If you feel like it, join the Discord. Link is in the description. And also follow me on all my stuff. You know, I'll just be blatant about that. My TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitters. Ragu, you didn't have to do that, dude. Thank you, though. all this super chat talking. You don't have to answer anything, though. No, just pay tribute to my favorite Irish spaghetti sauce. From what I've heard about Wolfpack is pretty good, but it's also only 2 episodes in. Do you want Jonathan or Steve to end up with Nancy? I'll be honest, I feel like Jonathan and Nancy is just so kind of boring after their initial will they, won't they phase. But at the same time, I was like, I feel like Steve, after all of his growth, to go back to Nancy is retroactive. So I kind of don't want either of them to end up with Nancy, to be honest. What the fuck is that sound? Here's something. Sounded like it came from like the walls or something. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know. It'd be interesting in a Court of Owls series where it explores more of Martha Wayne's personality, like Mothma was explored in Andor. I mean, it's doable. You could definitely make it interesting, but if you told me to pick, that's probably not the one I would go with. Just entered the chat. Where? There it is again. What the fuck is that? It's like a tune. Oh, I think it's the music in my headset. I thought I was going insane. It's not the rats, unless they've learned how to DJ. I just skipped ahead there. Whoops. Favorite, and also welcome. Again, I didn't mean to skip your message there. Who's my favorite ST relationship? Relationship? I mean, does it have to be romantic? I mean, there's not that many. If we're talking actual romantic relationships, Lucas and Max. I think it's the only one that makes the most sense. Like, I like Mike in 11, but like Mike just himself doesn't contribute much. No one is in talks for a newest Batman movie. They're going to cast Batman Part 2 before announcing the next DCU Batman because that movie don't come out until 2026. I mean, maybe. What project, if any, are you most apprehensive about in James Gunn's slate? Most apprehensive about? I don't know. Probably Creature Commandos, to be honest. Great chatting with you. Thanks for all the good commentary on my questions. See you next time. Thanks for stopping in, Michaela. It was nice seeing you around. And just everybody in general. But you got some new faces today. You're getting new faces each weekend, so it's a lot of fun. Getting some more questions. I like it. Oh, I gotta go. Great chatting with you. Take care, Not Gibby. Scariest thing I saw was Thriller as a kid. His face scared the shit out of me and I had to look away. Aw. Endo Writers paired with Superman story. Oh no, War World. They deconstruct the idea of the Superman. That was originally a Nazi idea, and how Jerry and Joe's Superman subverts that. Yeah, not wrong. What's up, good vibes? Take it easy, have a good night, and take care of yourself. I just don't want Nancy to go off on her own more, on her own more driven. I just want, sorry, I read that wrong. I want her to go off on her own, so she's more driven. That's what I want. That's what I want too. I don't think she needs to be with either of them, and I think they've all kind of grown past that. At least I hope. The Court of Owls was supposed to be a dick as Batman's storyline, according to Scott Snyder, but New 52 was supposed to happen, and they had to give it to Bruce. So I'm more in the story every day. The only thing I will say about Attack on Titan is the ending has people divided. Some love, some hate. Can't wait either way. Yeah, I have heard that much. I still don't know what happens, but I did hear that some people didn't like it. Don't investigate the noise. I mean, I'd have to find a way through the wall first. Especially because Nancy broke up with Steve after he had already changed. Having her realize he's changed and want to be with him would frankly be stupid. Agreed. Murray with Joyce and Hopper, hands down. Closest. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Dude, Joyce and Hopper. That's my favorite relationship for talking romance. Best non-romantic relationship in ST is Dustin and Steve. Their friendship is so cute. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. They also hadn't really broke up when she went off with Jonathan and she slept with him, so yeah, there was also that. It's not a great... It's just not great all around. I like Joyce and Hopper for the romantic relationship. Friendship-wise, it's hard to choose. Most of the characters don't actually have any storylines of their own, and those that do pretty repetitive, I think. But yep, Justin, fuck. Dustin and Steve, Steve and Robin. Steve and Robin is also really, really good. Basically, Steve's friendships with everyone. Steve is just, if you pair Steve up with anybody, it's just gold, man. On just even the little moment he had with Eddie talking about Dustin, Jesus. I love Steve. I love Steve. God. I don't know, I just heard that in my head and then saw that platypus. A little apprehensive of Brave and the Bold. Skipping straight to Damien is a risk. You may have to get him done well. That's fair. No worries, Omni. On Monday, we get a new bank holiday here. St. Bridget's Day bank holiday. First one ever. So we get a long weekend and a day off, so work. And I'm in a good mood. Hell yeah! An extended weekend is always a plus. Favorite ST pairing? Murray and food. Sure. Yeah, sure. I can go with that. I cannot tell you how much... hold on. Am I right? I hope I'm right. That this is my headset. Like the synth wave playing out of my... I think, yes, it is. It was just muffled through my jacket that I had on top of it. I just didn't hear it all stream long. I completely forgot about it. Oh, now I hear it. Okay, I just haven't been aware of it this entire stream somehow for whatever reason. Even Billy and Steve. Yeah. I mean, kinda. There was a respect that happened there for a minute until the fisticuffs happened. Oh yes, my favorite character, Justin. Oh my god, dyslexia is real, man. I don't even know how I did that either, now that I'm thinking about it. There's not even a single J in that sentence. How the fuck did I do that? I can't even blame that on my dyslexia. There's not a J in this entire string. I don't fucking know what happened. Joe Keery as Booster Gold or Johnny Storm. If I had... Ooh. He doesn't fit the Booster Gold mold, but my god, he would be a good Booster Gold personality-wise. That's for sure. My first time ever in this live chat. You were awesome. Thought you weren't going to read my comments. I do my best to read everybody's comments. Unless, like, people get into a whole tiff, there's something I just don't want to say out loud. Like, somebody's comment that I'm just like, it's questionable. I might skip over it, but other than that, I try to read everybody's stuff. Actually, you know what? Their antagonist scenes were fun to watch most of the time. Yes, they were. Oh yeah, how'd you feel about 1,000-Year Blood War Part 1 overall? Have I seen the trailer for Part 2? I did. I reacted to it. And I've reacted to all of Part 1 of 1,000-Year Blood War. I don't know if you didn't watch it or not. I don't know. But I really enjoyed it. If I said this in my reactions, I've said this before, I was never a huge fan of this arc when I read it. Because Bleach, I have read all of it. But, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like this arc at all. And this completely 180'd me on how I felt about this arc. I really enjoyed it a lot. I found it so fun, engaging, emotional. It was just a lot of fun, man. I cannot wait for part 2. What's up, Caden? You coming in right at the tail end? Is that a Mothman? Please tell me that's a Mothman. It looks like a little chubby Mothman. Sorry, Mothman gets mad respect in this house. I'm still pulling for Dylan O'Brien for Johnny Storm. Not a bad one. I think New 52 is frankly stupid. It matched the timeline together, alienated longtime fans, like 4 Robins in a 6 to 8 year time period. Nope, makes no sense. They rushed it. Like, I was excited for New 52 because it made it, the way it was sold was as a stepping on point for people who aren't able to catch up with 50, 40, 60 years of comics. So we're going to reboot the universe, start fresh, and everybody is going to be very, it's all going to just tell a through line story. It's going to be new for everybody. But then they were just like, except that still happened. We'll keep that storyline. We'll keep that storyline. We'll continue that run. We'll have 8 different Batman comics going on at different points in his life with different people, and it's even questionable on how they interact or connect at all. And then none of the writers communicated whatsoever, and it just fucking fell apart. I was so excited for it that I was motivated to actually start, like, really dive back in there, and they just ruined it. I heard my favorite ST. When I heard favorite ST, I thought somebody was going to start talking about their favorite STD. Kind of happy. That's not what someone said. Oh, I'm kind of favorable to oral herpes. This kind of comes and goes. Have you seen the fan art of him as Gambit? I've not. Dustin/Justin. Potato. The words look the same. I guess fair. I do have a best friend named Justin. Maybe that's where I came from. Would apologize because I'm subbed to you on my phone, but I watch your reactions on the tablet. It's not signed in, so I'm here. So I'm the guy you're talking about that watches your vid, isn't subbed. Well, it sounds like you need to make another account for your iPad and then sub with that account. No, it's totally fine. Yes, I am extremely protective of my Mothman, my homie. Hometown. That's my hometown cryptid. Well, not hometown, home state. I'm not from Point Place. But it's only like 40 minutes from me here. But sadly, can I really consider myself a huge Mothman fan when I've still not been to the Mothman Festival? I'm such a fucking fake. I'll get there. We'll do it one day. Yes, my friend, it is Mothman. Yes, good. Also, what they did to Roy Harper was also disrespectful. I don't remember what they did in the New 52 for him. The writers are still not communicating. They never will. Have I seen Superman vs. the Elite animated movie? Yes. I hear all the talk of the DCU idea will be for it to be Superman versus the Authority down the line. The Elite are pretty obscure. Oh, that would be cool if they kind of did that with the Authority instead. That would be cool. Dude, I didn't like the Elite. Like, I don't really care for that team. However, the moral question and quandary and theme of that movie that they pushed onto Superman was so good. That I won't say anything about it. Just if anybody hasn't seen it, watch it. Watch it. It's fun. The whole third act. Oh my God. That was so good. Had fun with everyone here. Gotta go. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Notification bell is activated now. Have a good night, everybody. Great night, everybody. You as well. Thank you, and take care. Enjoy your chicken grease. Am I excited for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? I am cautiously... I can't even say optimistic. I'm cautious about it. The trailer got me excited because it just gave me all the feels and tickled all the right nostalgia bits. But I've been and still am so not sure that I need an Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford at this age. But we'll see. I did not like 4. If you're interested, of course. What was that for? What was it in regards to? Maybe was there another comment that got deleted? I don't know. What I will do, I'm gonna rewatch everything again, like every video. I mean, that works too. Hot take: Rebirth was a better New 52 than New 52 was. It made everything canon, and you could start anywhere. Yeah, Rebirth was a lot easier of a sell, I think. Favorite cryptids are Jackalope and Chupacabra. They're good, but they are subpar compared to Mothman. I mean, come on. Man, a moth, interdimensional being that loves to appear to witness tragedy, sometimes just kind of stares at you from the distance. Doesn't really do anything. Just bad shit happens around him. He's an alcoholic now because addictions are interchangeable. The end doesn't exist. He's not a Titan. He, in fact, hates them and apparently treated them like shit. I mean, wasn't he a heroin addict originally? Like, even in the old comics? So, I mean, that's honestly more tame than what it was before, I think. It's probably in reference to the Gambit fan art. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for helping me there. He hated Dick more than anyone else, despite being pretty more his biggest fan before. They were BFFs, and considering Rose's relationship at the time, Dick was most likely Leon's godfather. Yeah, it's stuff like that where they kind of shake things up and it just kind of sucks. Killer Croc has his AAA council. Was his AA council. Well, that's kind of funny. Mothman has the same MO as a crazy ex-boyfriend, though. Does he, though? I'm not going to tolerate Mothman slander in my chat. Just because he wants to be there to witness and document millions, not millions, Jesus, there was only like a couple dozen people that died when the bridge collapsed. He just likes to witness some weird shit. And technically, if we want to say anything, Edward Cullen did the same thing, and he was a pre-boyfriend and still a boyfriend. So, I don't know. He could just be crazy boyfriend. Why ex-boyfriend? Why are we breaking up with Mothman? Oh my god. I'm sorry. Oh god. That was fun. He's not from a Navajo tribe anymore. His tattoo was an homage of that, which was with a skull and a fire tattoo and the other things that will make a long list. Speaking of cryptids, I am disappointed that they canceled The Inside Job on Netflix. I haven't watched that. Freaking sidekick to Jason, too. Damn. But guys, I'm caught up with the chat. I need to get some dinner. So, if you have any additional questions, I'm going to cut off here. I'm going to start wrapping up. Drop it in the comments, or come just hang out in the Discord. Link to that and all my socials are in the description. We'll do what we can. But thanks everybody for tuning in and hanging out. These streams are just, we're getting more people. Like, we're growing, man. It's fun. And I'm just glad we're back. This is 3 weeks in a row that we've been able to do this again. I've missed it. So, guys, take care. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video or just next week. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Take care, everybody.